Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am proud to present to you that the man with the plan, the original tan, and 100% made of chocolate is back, baby. Woo!
Yeah. Hey, all right, there he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Woo! I was like, they got him. They finally got him. Oh, Jesus, they know.
Yeah,
where he
they
lives.
canceled us.
Holy shit, they canceled Jeff. We're next.
Up next is the last standing Simone Big Rig, Nick Jam.
I'm here, and I'm happy not to be canceled yet.
And finally, American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
Well, I mean, cured based on the fact it's not on the news anymore, and now we can do and focus on the most important things like canceling cartoon dogs.
This has been the dumbest fucking week in history. Now, I'm not saying it's the most devastating week. I'm not saying it's the most impactful. I'm going to say it's the dumbest, the stupidest, the silliest, the most irrelevant week in history. Why? Look outside. Go online. See what the hell is going on. So we're going to make fun of it all this week. We're going to make fun of Gone with the Wind. We'll talk about the PlayStation 5 reveal. All sorts of things. Also, it's funny, guys. I noticed that I set our stream for 9:30 instead of 8:30. So we have some people that are here because we always go live at this time.
Yeah.
We have a ridiculously shitty turnout right now. It's like, oh, wait, you're going live at 9:30. I'll come back then. So the first half of the show is going to be very, whatever. But we're still going to have a show like normal.
Ooh.
So, the week of cancel culture. That's a good week to describe it. The week of cancel culture. This shit needs to get canceled itself.
Okay, just gonna email that we're live, so that should hopefully.
Oh, good.
Hopefully everybody else gets an email too. So
Thank God you got the email.
By the way, that email's been canceled.
oh shit! God damn it! I knew it.
It was on white paper. We can't have that.
Oh.
Not white paper. No.
So this week we only have two new patrons. We have our friend MH, and we also have Space Monkey. So I'd like to thank. And Canadian Collector. Canadian Collector did join us this past week. So I'd like to thank each and everybody who's joined us over on Patreon. We're going to give you after hours. Kendo and I need to sit down and do our wrestling show and a couple other things. So just keep an eye out. And tonight, I guess we'll wait till we get our normal turnout. I have a big surprise, something that we've been working on in the background. I have something that the guys haven't even seen of it yet, and it's gonna be a fun show. So I know Kendo's gonna love it, Dion's gonna love it, Nick's gonna love it. I'm pretty sure everyone else is gonna love it. The only person that knows about it besides me is Jessie, because she watched it right before we went live. So now, Dion,
Yes,
we're gonna
sir.
start with you this week, real quick.
Oh, baby.
You have a son who we all love very much. He's a cute kid,
Yes,
but he has terrible taste in a show called Paw Patrol.
he did, yeah. Yeah.
We used to joke about it that he would crap his pants when Paw Patrol would come on.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
this week, Paw Patrol is in the news
It is.
because people want it to be canceled because it's a show about police dogs. And so, thankfully, it wasn't a real thing, but people are talking about it like it is. So we have the information from Snopes that Paw Patrol isn't getting canceled, much to our chagrin, Dion. I have suffered not as many hours as you, but
Right.
many an hour watching Paw Patrol. If the show got canceled over the current situation, how stupid do you think this would be?
It would be incredibly stupid, especially seeing as only one of the damn pups is a quote unquote cop. That would be the dumbest thing, Not to mention the fact that it's like, so what about the dog that's a firefighter? About the dog that works is the garbage dog or sanitation dog? What about the dog that fucking has a jetpack and flies around and is a pilot? You're gonna have to cancel the whole show. Not to mention that part of the show is all about encouraging kids to help and be helpful and communicate and help in their community, even though it's done in a very annoying puppy dog voice. Again, the conversation, especially nowadays with everything that's happened, is incredibly important. This ain't it, bruh.
Thank you. This is not it. This is how dumb things are right now. Now, I wanted to ask you guys, everyone, with people, Cops got canceled. I think it was LA Live PD or LAPD or whatever the name of the show is. People wanted to, Cops is canceled. This one might be canceled. Do you think we're a little too, I don't know, crazy right now?
Yes.
We're definitely in the knee-jerk portion, for sure,
Yeah.
where they think that just getting rid of everything is the way to go without the without practical application. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely biased. That was the occupation that I had, worked toward for years. So there's definitely facets of it that I'm aware of that people aren't. And obviously, a lot of friends and people that I've met professionally do that for a living, are police officers. But again, it's the difference between encouraging proper change and then just reacting to everything because everything around it that looks and smells like it is bad. When it's like that's not balanced. That's not a good thing. That doesn't encourage the type of change. Drastic change isn't always good change. We're not talking about realigning the tectonic plates of the fucking continents here. We're talking about social and proper change. Not we just get rid of this TV show. That's fuck, it's glorifying it. We're not gonna get rid of fucking shitty music video channels that show shitty fucking rap music or shit like that, are we? No, we're not. Because that would be over the top and it'd be ridiculous.
I mean, Tekashi 6ix9ine is still a thing, so
I mean, that he should probably be canceled for sure.
He should have been canceled in jail.
Rainbow. Damn, dude. Woo!
Damn.
Ooh, Nick is back, ladies and gentlemen. Goddamn.
But did he have some dirt on you too?
Listen, man. He better not open his fucking mouth. Okay, I'm just saying.
Before I put something in it, boy.
Nick's got a fucking contract out on him.
I got something out on him. I can't confirm nor deny that.
Whew. Yeah. So yeah, this has been the knee-jerk reaction week. Thing is, we always talk about pop culture and entertainment on the channel, but Jesus, you can't even avoid it now because they're trying to. We'll get into the Gone with the Wind stuff in just a moment, but it's everywhere. I mean, this is probably the shittiest week for the news cycle. I mean, it's great for the news cycle. I'm sure they're loving it, but I'm just like, there's not a piece of good news that's coming out.
Nope.
So, now today we're going to start a new little segment because I found the perfect Facebook group for it. It's called This Day in Hollywood History. Would you like to know what we're talking about on this day in Hollywood history, boys?
Yeah,
yes.
sure.
So, there is a man who at one point in time people thought was okay. Then he got real famous. People hated him. Then he got real weird and people loved him again. So today we are going to celebrate this man, his birthday, if you will. Is he the voice of our generation? No, definitely not. But he's a voice and he inspires us to all live our dreams and just do it. So this is
shit.
Yeah,
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, it's his
You will not
fucking
divide us,
birthday.
goddammit.
Are you letting my intro for Shia LaBeouf?
Goddamn right.
Oh man. So, is it Ethan's birthday? No, somebody in the chat is just asking. Yeah. So yes,
Almost as important and inspiring figure to all people everywhere.
yes, Ethan is almost as inspiring as important as Shia. Oh wait, Shia LaBeouf's almost as important as Ethan.
I would say Shia LaBeouf is almost as important as Ethan. Ethan is almost as inspiring as Shia LaBeouf.
Fair enough. That is a fair statement.
Jesus.
So, do you guys, off the top of your head, do you know if you share a celebrity birthday?
Mine was Sinbad. Haha, I win.
Wait, I don't think it's something you need to brag about, Dion. Hold on.
Unless he's wearing something made of windbreaker. Kendo, Nick, do you guys share celebrity birthdays?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to see. I think we did a show about that a while ago. I forgot mine. I think I may have had Jackie Chan. I may have had Jackie Chan.
I would say the only one I can think of off the top of my head is Cuba Gooding Jr., which will get me canceled.
I have Kim Kardashian and Carrie Fisher, so I think it's a pretty decent day.
We miss you, Carrie.
Yeah, R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. Sure, Medicare. Yeah, you were born when Scarface was released. That counts in my book. So
In the 30s?
Yes, he was born in the 30s.
Oh, good for you, man. Damn.
Good for him.
Yeah, good staying alive, man. Awesome. Hope you survive the pandemic.
So let's move on to the next thing. So, Dion, are you back from grabbing a beer?
Yep.
All right.
Clearly.
That's a big no there, Ghost Rider. So, guys, this week is a big video game reveal week. Because E3 is officially canceled, not because it did something or put out a tweet. No, E3 was canceled because of the virus. Big old COVID-19. So nothing, it didn't touch anybody. It didn't do
Everybody.
it.
I thought it was non-racial diversity and booth babes.
Okay, the Booth Babes. I guess a PlayStation unit in 1997, inappropriately made a fan noise at a Booth Babe, and now it's time to just kill the PlayStation
Oh
brand.
shit, dude! Damn it! Somebody.
Now, I will say the design of the new PlayStation might kill the PlayStation brand because it's fuck ugly. But guys, real quick, the PS5 reveal was today. There are two models. There is the digital edition without a disc drive that nobody wants, and there is the regular edition with a disc drive. We don't have a price yet, but we have a look at the system, and I think it is really ugly. What do you guys think?
Why does it look like that?
Yeah.
Ask Mark Cerny.
It's not going to win any,
high-end dildo.
design awards.
And the other one looks like a high-end dildo, but with a slot for your SD card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm about to buy it from the Lion's Den.
That's not your first purchase there, Dion, so don't act surprised.
Oh shit!
No. And listen, man. Like, I get it. They're trying to narrow the gap between consoles and PC, but you don't have to make it look like a fucking hard drive. I mean, it looks like
It looks like a router.
Yeah, dude.
It
I don't
does
like
look
that
like
at
a
all.
router.
That's just. Oh, it looks so fucking.
It looks
dumb.
like the modem you get from Comcast.
It looks like something that somebody in the 80s will designed for a movie set in 2020. Like, all right, we need to have a futuristic looking game console. Go. And they
Yeah, it looks like Ridley Scott designed that.
Yeah. This is what video games will look like in the year 2020.
You know what? You're right. It does look like something Ridley Scott designed.
People were hoping that we wouldn't even be around in 2020 if they knew what was going to happen.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So I see a lot of people in the chat aren't liking this. It's like I said, I'm a PlayStation guy. PlayStation is the only console brand that I've purchased every system for, and I even have a good amount of the console revisions. I had two different PS3s. I had two different PlayStation, the first ones, the regular fat PS2, which I have bought two of because my first one, original one, got stolen, and then I had the PS4 since Christmas of 2014. So I've been a PlayStation guy. I'm not here to bitch like I hate PlayStation. I think this is just a fuck ugly system. And am I going to buy it? The launch lineup hasn't been revealed. I got to see the price. I'm not going to buy that stupid Spider-Man Miles Morales game and kiss my ass before they try to tell me that shit. Like, I really think we are living in the fucking alternate 1985 timeline because everything that I give a shit about has been fucking bent over and people went in dry. They've ruined Spider-Man, James Bond, wrestling, you name it, it's shit. There is not a piece of entertainment that I enjoy that hasn't been fucked. I'm trying to find anything. Like, I'm going back and watching old shit and nothing new that I like. The continuation is going to be good.
Have you seen the Bill and Ted trailer?
I did see the Bill and Ted trailer. Cautiously optimistic. Enjoyed the trailer. I am signed up. If it goes to digital and it's like a $30 movie, I'll pay that. I don't give a shit. I like Bill and Ted. I would support it.
I was too scared to watch it. I'm too scared. I just think
It looks like the graphics are all shiny and new, and it does look really funny. I'm just like, God damn it! It does look kind of good, and I'm wary of it. I'm just like, shit, come on,
Listen,
come on.
Time for shit to start opening up. I think Bill and Ted could be our goddamn saviors of 2020. But I did pay $20 to watch Scoob, and I really loved it. I thought it was awesome. So
Matthew,
I want to watch this.
It's if you're a Scooby-Doo fan, it's everything you want. It really is. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie. There were a couple of things where I was just like, but other than that, I mean, it's fine. It's really good.
I don't know. Well, you don't really follow the merchandise the way I do, but Walmart put out the Hey Scoob merchandise, and Marvel Legends fans have been going nuts because that Mystery Machine is in the scale of all those Marvel figures, and so people have been buying it and turning it into a Deadpool taco truck or a Punisher van. So,
my God, that's awesome.
Hey, guess what? I have great news. Our ads are limited because we talk about Gone with the Wind.
Go figure.
Literally, because it's not suitable for advertisers. So I guess the truth is not suitable for advertisers anymore.
Well, it's those same advertisers that want to talk about not covering up history, but for some reason, something bad happened. Let's get rid of shit that might make people uncomfortable.
If we were the douchebags that people on the internet actually would write that we should be like, well, we have 3 minorities on our podcast. Our voices are being stifled. This is racism. We could do that dumb crap, but we're not. You know what we're going to do? We're going to fight back by being the best we can be. So YouTube, whatever. Today's just not the day.
Suck it, dick, YouTube.
Yeah. But But I have to say, we have, the PlayStation 5. The games look okay. I've never been a Gran Turismo guy. I like Ratchet and Clank. I'm not going to dump on the system and say I'm not buying it based on the design. I've bought uglier shit and spent a lot of money on dumber things. So it's not really, good. But I'm just not going to, I don't want to rush out and buy this now. There's Spider-Man. I don't care. Grand Theft Auto 5. I bought it on 2 other systems. Yeah, it's free, but still, I'm just going to get an Xbox this year, man. I was going to do both consoles back to back and do our Twitch channel and shit. I'm just sticking straight up with Xbox this year. I won't back. I know, Dion, that breaks your heart a little bit, but
it does a little bit, just a tad. Just a tad.
Kevin, sorry, go ahead.
I'm still probably gonna buy it. I'm sure I'm not gonna buy it right when it comes out. I'm gonna wait. Especially if I can wait to hopefully they tweak the damn design. But I'm just getting so tired of consoles trying to get closer and closer to
Speak up.
Can you hear me now?
Better, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, switch to Verizon.
Oh my god.
No, I didn't ask for the help's opinion on the matter, but just getting closer and closer to shit that looks like a computer. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Cancel her.
I'm making a point. Thank you. Jeez Louise.
Wait, you make points? I'm sorry. I've never had the time to wait for you to get to them.
Oh my God.
That is really, really
I'm sorry.
funny.
Is there a sentence here? Or are you going to say that is a few more times?
I was going to say that if that was very true, most of our views would go to your stream, but again, that doesn't happen. But again, the point being, I'm putting people down. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Getting closer and closer to trying to make something that looks like computers. It's just super annoying. At least they didn't pull an Xbox to try to, make it to where it's always online. But come on, guys, just try to keep it as the PlayStation, where it had that PlayStation look, this hard drive look bullshit. It's just incredibly annoying. You're not gonna be a PC. You're not a PC. Stop trying to do that. No one's gonna be like, oh man. I'm already buy consoles. I'm just gonna go ahead. They would just buy a fucking PC. Okay, stop it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't want a PC game. I don't want to buy a PC. I'd make it look like a PlayStation.
Wait, hold on. Did Dion get to a point? I fell asleep waiting for him.
Oh, do you want some coffee?
That might be nice. If he's gonna keep talking, I'm gonna need it.
That's funny because that's also what I do when your stream starts. I take my black ass right to bed.
I understand that you're old and you live in a different time zone and you can't stay up that late anymore. I get it. It's okay. I understand. You get that beauty sleep. Lord knows you need it.
You've always been very understanding, and at least now you can admit I'm prettier than you.
With extensive makeup, the right light, and heavy blindness on the part of whoever's looking, yes.
High five. That was okay. That's good. We're done. All right.
I love you, Dion. You know.
That was really good. That last one was really good. I like that one.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But final notes. One of our oldest listeners, Justin B6699, says Jesse is really coming in swinging. Shout out to you, Justin. I saw your name earlier on the stream. He's been watching us since 2017, so thanks, man.
Damn.
Appreciate the support. Now, Kevin Thar 1138 is asking about Subscribe Star. Yes, we're going to. I need the 2 things I'm doing for the channel before we get to the 4th of July. Vacation time where I visit my mom for her birthday. Subscribe Star, and we're going to have the channel membership. And each thing's going to now. Subscribe Star is going to offer everything that Patreon offers, but the channel membership is going to offer exclusive videos and an archive. So there's going to be more shit, and we're going to do little icons from the comic and all that stuff. So you'll see the video, but it will be here. Don't worry. We told you guys we'd do it. Realistically, though, the reason it took so long is because of them. We technically have one. They just don't have the ability to. With the influx from all the Sargon stuff, they had a ton of issues. So Kevin Thar 1138, just be on the lookout, man, and we'll let you guys know. Obviously, we'll let you know everything. And like I said, tonight when we hit a better number, because I accidentally personally set the stream for 9:30 instead of 8:30. I have it's actually a video. It's a trailer. It's something cool that we're going to show you guys. A WCBS exclusive, a WCBS first. So we'll get to that in a little bit. So now, Dion, someone in the chat asked, would you buy an Xbox if there was a Terminator Dark Fate game?
No, never. Fuck that shit. I don't, is there gonna be a quick time moment where you take out your swing blade or your butterfly knife and you cut a fly in half? Fuck that game.
I think that's an achievement in it somewhere.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Kendo, any other thoughts that you had on the PlayStation stuff before we move on in terms of gaming?
It looks stupid. Controller. It looks too much like an Xbox controller, and it's coming from somebody that has an Xbox. I've not really seen anything from the gaming industry that says I need that.
Did they drop him again?
Sorry, okay. So the way this apartment, it's an older apartment building. It's really nice looking, but because we have our air conditioner on, sometimes the electricity, like if you watch some of Jesse's streams, you'll see a flicker, and so our electricity will like shudder because of the air conditioner. You know, it is like when a refrigerator kicks on. So that's what keeps happening. So, sorry guys, I can't.
It's like a miniature rolling brownout in your own apartment.
Yeah, I like it.
Don't say brownout.
Nothing brown.
Nothing brown. Brownouts matter. So let's get to the serious part of the show tonight, folks. This is something that really needs to be. Look, everyone's talking about it. We're going to talk about it, and I wanted to get everyone's perspective because earlier in the week, the Gone with the Wind stuff came up. You know, HBO Max removed it from their subpar streaming service. Now, my opinions of HBO Max are fully formed on what I watched when it launched and what it had prior to this. So I just want to put this out there for anyone that listens to this stream that may not be a fan of this channel or a member of the Fandom Menace and stuff. My personal take on this situation is not stemming from a dislike or an anger towards HBO Max. It's straight up from the situation itself. So I'll try to pull up a picture real quick so we have a visual on this. Now, just real quick round table, guys. Dion, starting with you. Have you seen Gone with the Wind, and do you like it?
I have seen Gone with the Wind, and I very, very much like that film.
Kendo, have you seen it? Do you like it?
No, I've never seen it. My grandmother would be very upset if I hadn't, because she loved the movie and the book and told me how great it was all the time. I'm like, I'm sure it is. Just doesn't seem my speed.
Nick, same to you, buddy.
I've seen it, and I don't care for it. I mean, I know it's part of history and part of cinema history, which I think is important. But I've seen it once, and that's about it. So,
woke Nick,
you calm yourself down, Kendo.
I hated Gone with the Wind before it was fashionable. I'm a wokester.
Whoa, calm down. All right.
Thank you, Dion.
I liked it. That's why I like you. But yeah, man, to kind of pick up where Jeff was leaving off, the thing that pisses me off, and for people that don't know, is that HBO took it upon themselves with everything going on, and I guess in their defense, they wanted to seem as if they were doing something positive, and they decided to take Gone with the Wind off of HBO. Obviously, a lot of people know who do like the film. It's incredibly old. It's essentially the backdrop is the Civil War, and the war comes into the life of a Southern white family. It's a love story, I guess. One part, they have a black woman that is their slave.
Now I'm back.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Hey.
Welcome back,
There we go. Sorry. Did you guys miss me?
We did. We
Yes,
did.
we did.
Sure.
Sure.
Just giving a quick rundown of Gone with the Wind and why HBO felt the need to take it off of their streaming service.
Well, now the thing I wanted to chime in was I've never seen the film. I have no interest in Gone with the Wind. I never have. It was my grandma's favorite movie. She called it Scarlett O'Hara. She never referred to it with the title of the film. That was always cute, and grandmas are the best. But I am very much against what HBO Max did, and I put out a tweet. Our most successful tweet outside of our Michael Jackson song one from a year ago was about Hattie McDaniel. And it's funny, for me never seeing it, I knew her name strictly from Chappelle's show. Do you remember that, Dion, where Paul Mooney's talking about her?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mooney on Film, I think, was from the first season. So I when I heard this news, I honestly went, "What the fuck?" Because I'm against censorship. This is in excuse me, this is in the same vein as Disney censoring Splash or Netflix with Back to the Future 2. They got caught and they fixed their shit instantly. But what happens is you get these decisions based on, like you said, knee-jerk reactions. Everyone's so invested. We're going to be a company that's going to listen to this new movement, and we're going to be on the right side of history. And guess what? That's awesome. You should have been doing this shit all the time, because everyone that is like, oh, this is a great thing with the Gone with the Wind stuff. We needed this. Did you give a shit about this, or did you have a problem with Gone with the Wind last week or 4 days ago or over the weekend? No, you didn't. Don't give me your bullshit that you care about. I don't like this film because of what it represents. Your ass didn't give a shit. You probably have never even seen the film. My problem is all about censorship. You know, if we're going to be moving into streaming and digital, and I think Anna and Jesse on the Matriarchy covered a guy whose Steam account was an account blocked because they didn't like his policies or something, and they took away all of his games that he bought. Jesse?
What?
The Steam guy who lost all of his games, right?
Yeah, he was kicked. He's put off the platform, so he lost access to all of
He's
it.
booted, yeah, for dumb stuff. So I'm just saying, like, this digital revolution that we always talk about, folks, we're getting more and more that we don't own anything. Shit's more expensive, and all we're doing is renting or licensing, if you will.
Yeah.
So, it's frustrating too, and I want to have a conversation with the chat, but the tab is frozen on this computer. So, just give me a second, guys. Now Keith reached out to me and told me he canceled HBO Max because of all this stuff.
Really? Wow. That's
I mean, that's the best way to kind of get your point across.
No, it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, as we say, always vote with your wallet. That's the most powerful statement or thing you can do is just do that. That's the best thing you can do. Just tell them you don't pay for it, and that's it. Cancel it.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's the kind of cancel culture you can promote. It's like, I don't want this, so I'm just going to remove myself from the situation. Like, I don't get what HBO thinks they're doing. Do they think that they're helping society by removing it quietly? Oh, we're going to put a disclaimer. It didn't need a disclaimer last week or last year. It hasn't needed a disclaimer in 80 years. Why does it need one now over the last week? You know the answer. You also realize, like bad fads with haircuts and bell bottoms and shit that's no longer in style, whatever we're in right now is going to pass. Is it going to be better or worse afterwards? I'm going to guess worse, because people are just looking to start fights. I won't name names, but a friend of mine had a friend of hers reach out to them and be like, what are you doing for the movement? What the hell are they supposed to be doing? Like, that'd be like if somebody just reached out to me and said, Jeff, what are you doing for this movement? I'm living my own life and paying taxes and being responsible. Like, that's what I need to be doing right now. Taking care of business, not, breaking up friendships over whatever's going on.
Well, listen, I think that's two very important points. I think, one point is, obviously things are changing, right? Things are changing. There's a lot going on. Some of it good, some of it bad. I think one part that if there are people that want to do something for the movement and embrace change and encourage change, good change, working towards that future that I'm always talking about that we need to get to together, that's good. That's great. That's great. Go out there, and while you're doing it within the bounds of the law, and you're protecting yourself and the people around you, and you're being and becoming a better person. If you're doing things for the movement, that's great, man. That's great. But part of having a conversation, part of being empathetic, part of understanding is sometimes not everyone is like that. And if some people are just saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to be the best person I can be, I'm not going to go out and march, I'm not going to go out and be super vocal, that's okay too. That doesn't make someone a bad person, right? So if you're reaching out to someone and they say, hey man, I'm not, right now I'm just trying to get my shit together and da 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 da, that doesn't, you shouldn't cut that person down. But if they say, "Hey man, I'll meet you out there. Let's go. Let's try to embrace some change, make some change for the future." That's great too. But don't shun people who just not everyone is like that. Not everybody can be Dr. King at the front of the march. Sometimes some people are like, what, I'm gonna just make myself better. And that's fine. Moving on to HBO again. People love to use the phrase, "Oh well, if we ignore history, we repeat it." right? And obviously, crazy shit has happened in the last fucking month. Last first half of this year, crazy shit's happened. The way that I can promise is not the best thing to do is to start erasing shit. Now, obviously, it's one of the most well-known films of all time. Even people who don't see it know what the fucking have heard of it. You know,
Dion, it's the most successful film ever when you adjust it for inflation.
It's the most successful film of all time. Now, obviously, the film is 80 fucking years old. There are going to be parts that are make you uncomfortable. And are a sign of the fucking times, right? Now, obviously, if the movie is in favor of fucking slavery, then obviously it's like, yo, you know, if it's Songs of the South, yo, maybe we should take a step back. But it's not that. If anything, Gone with the Wind is an example of shit that's happening now. You know, and to pretend that, you know, arguably the greatest movie quote of all time, you know, we should take it off because it's gonna make people uncomfortable. Good. That's how you learn from shit. That's some of the best stuff that you remember. You remember shit that makes you uncomfortable. That it's about slavery, and you know, and again, that's a part of the movie that they're going into how they feel about her, and also how Hollywood treated her. They didn't want the black actress with them, and the cast almost didn't go to the Academy Awards. And again, fucking remind people that, hey, Hollywood, you did the exact same shit. Here's a reminder so you don't do the same bad shit. Here's a reminder so that you can prove to us that you've learned, that you're moving towards the future that we all need to be together to get towards. You know, instead of HBO's gonna fucking erase it. If anything, that's like, oh shit, we don't want to remind people that, you know, outside of, you know, sexually assaulting and raping people, we were kind of racist really bad back in the day. Bitch, you were. I ain't gonna forget that just because you get rid of Gone with the Wind. You know, again, things I've been saying all week. People who make fuck ups, make mistakes, learn from it. In this case, Hollywood as an institution was racist as shit, and learn from it. Keep that movie out there so you can remind people, you know what? We don't want to be that. And here's a movie that happens to be pretty good, even though it's from a not great time, racially wise. Fucking learn from it.
Speaking of Hollywood and making change and learning things, Dion, I put out an idea, tweeted at J.J. Abrams, who of course will never see it or care anyway. But I just wanted to know.
He doesn't care about the movies he makes either.
Well, I just wanted to let you think of my idea that I posited publicly to him after, you know, in light of his, we're going to give $10 million to rights organizations and blah. I said, you know what? Instead of just throwing money, which is super easy and takes no time out of your day, what if you were to do something like start up a community filmmaking program in a neighborhood like Crenshaw or Compton, where you now can give people marketable skills that are related to a major industry in their city. That they could use to get jobs and express themselves creatively and have different kinds of futures. Because to me, that does a lot more good than, I can put millions of dollars towards this and this and this and this organization who will do X, Y, Z, and 50%, 60%, 80% of what you're giving goes to the overhead of maintaining the organization. Why not get out there, use those $10 million to set up ongoing community programs, offer free courses that give practical skills that could lead to getting jobs for people? Yeah,
that's a great idea. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't know where he's from personally.
He lives there.
Is he from the West Coast?
I'm gonna look him up real quick while we're talking.
You know, everyone loves to. I donated this, and especially now, you know, so many companies are doing this shit. So many individuals doing this shit. You know,
he's from New York City, by the way.
New York City, motherfucker. You're from New York. You live on the West Coast. Why don't you get a goddamn scholarship? How many film schools? How many theater schools? How many schools specifically in theater and acting? How many thespians are out there in New York? Fucking put up a goddamn scholarship that constantly every year picks, you know, a certain amount of students, you know, in neighborhoods that help people of color or maybe just people who are disadvantaged of all races. You fucking live on the West Coast, dude. Maybe do the same thing out there. Fucking UCLA, or USC rather, has a huge fucking theater program. Or the number of smaller schools out there on the West Coast. Or, I don't know, shit that would actually really open people's eyes. Maybe you can explain why you were just part of a franchise that talked about inclusion, doing all this stuff, and still picked a white woman. Maybe you can be honest and say, hey, I just made a multi-billion-dollar franchise that through the third movie downgraded every person of color across the whole fucking film. Maybe you could. Maybe you could say, I was pro women. Yeah. All the women you were pro, son, were white.
Ooh.
Maybe you could be honest, and instead of giving money, like Jess said, is easy. Be honest and say, here's some of the mistakes I made. I'm J.J. Abrams. Not only can I not film a movie, but I tend to kind of agree with pandering to certain audiences. Oh yeah, I took the black guy off of a movie poster just this past year.
Yep.
Oh shit! Oh my god.
Maybe talk about that. Maybe be like, you know what? I fucked up, and this is what I learned from my experience. That's something. Money's great, but if people are looking on the TV and see a dude, J.J. Abrams, who's a part of a multi-billion-dollar corporation, actually talking about some of the recent mistakes he made as a middle-aged white dude, maybe that would actually make some shit different. Would it? Maybe. I don't know, J.J. It's a lot better than the ending of Lost.
or the ending of the Rise of Skywalker or whatever.
Right.
It's a lot easier to point at other people and point out their faults and flaws and say what they're doing wrong than it is to actually look in the mirror and evaluate yourself, especially if you're doing something wrong. So it's kind of like usually the politicians that are the most anti-gay always turn out to be like closeted gays. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, that happens a
Like
lot.
the most militant typically are fighting out and lashing out against what they pretty much are. And a perfect example is the Free State of Chaz. Anti-authoritarianism, and then what do? They create a little of their community, and it's an authoritarian state.
I need to watch that show. Oh,
Yeah, dude. It's just so disingenuous. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, man. I mean, I hate when these celebrities posture and say, oh, hey, man, I don't. Especially the thing I actually absolutely love is that you had Michael Jordan. I think give what is it, $100 million to all these organizations, and then Nike give 40.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, wait a second, this doesn't make sense. Nike, you have all the money. What are you doing? The fact that Michael Jordan can do this and you don't want to makes you look like shit. Also, it's Nike and their shoes are made by little Asian people in sweatshops. So, hey, they already look bad, but I mean, come the fuck on.
Hey.
All right.
Wait,
sorry about that.
We don't talk about the problems in our own house. We point at everybody else and tell you what they're doing wrong. Don't look at the little Asian kids in our sweatshop. Just look at the fact that we are out here fighting the war and being culturally diverse, and you aren't. Buy our Nikes.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, I mean that's why they backed Colin Kaepernick because they're just like we're part of it. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's like make your shoes sensibly and then we'll talk. Okay.
Yeah. Don't make them in sweatshops, and then I'll take what the fuck you say serious.
Yeah.
Don't pay Serena Williams to tweet or lower the price of Jordans. Yeah, I'll give you that too.
Yeah.
That's why you should buy Starberries, kids.
Sorry about that, folks. If you were wondering where I was, this web browser just froze, and I was trying to get everything back in order. But now we're back in line. So, but Gone with the Wind, like you said, I see a lot of people in the chat talking about how it's a movie about a strong woman. I see, Child of the Flowers actually listing out, specific points. Like I said, my personal standpoint from this is the removal of it's wrong, because when we take away historical stuff, we're going down a slippery path. Look at other societies, other parts of history have wiped out history. We're not going to say their name because it's one of those stupid trigger words for YouTube, but a very terrible group of people that were around from the 30s through the 40s would take away and steal paintings and destroy history and steal relics and stuff and try to just fuck with stuff. Now, we're in a place where we're just trying to get rid of history because of cultural sensitivities. What is so, like I said, last week, was this a problem? It is not. Is it going to be a problem in a couple of months? No, it's not. It's not at all. I just wonder, too, when is this going to stop? When are we going to reach the point where it's like, well, maybe we should stop. Maybe we should stop trying to censor everything and control it because we're like, what? Why is everyone doing this all of a sudden? Can you guys give me a better answer outside of virtue signaling? Like, what do you think? Are they afraid of something? Is there something else that is?
Because they know that they fucked up. So many people that do that have done the very thing that they're outspoken about, and it's a deep down need to absolve all their sins. Now, don't get me wrong. There's definitely positives in being contrite about your past mistakes, right? But again, it's disingenuous when you want these grand gestures that eliminate the memory of what you did or what people like you may have done. Right. So instead of going back and saying, hey, you know, maybe we don't get rid of the movie, maybe we open a dialogue and have a discussion somehow. We're HBO, we can fucking figure this shit out and talk about how Hollywood in of itself has been systematically racist for a very long time, and in a lot of ways still is. You know, but no, they want to get rid of Sound of Music because this is going to somehow make people see and feel as if this is HBO doing the right thing. This is HBO. You know, they show titties, but damn it, they really care about racial injustice. You know, it's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You know, fucking, you want to do something, like, do something meaningful. Not showing the most successful movie of all time, son, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gone to the wind. It's historic. It's like you know, all of a sudden them erasing American History X for some reason. You know, it's just like it's a good movie. It has a positive message at the end of it. Yeah, it's a shitty beginning and, you know, it's a crazy movie, but it's got a good message at the end of it. It's got change at the end of it. You know, it's a good thing. And it's, once again, this is entertainment. These are works of fiction. Some of them are, you know, kind of docuseries, whatever, but that's not the point. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. It's not going to hurt anybody. I swear. Unless you throw a VHS at somebody's head, it's not going to hurt anybody. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to calm the fuck down and put Gone to the Wind back on whatever service you have. It'll be okay. I swear.
Right. Yeah. Look, Gone with the Wind didn't cause the problems in today's society.
No, it didn't.
Assholes are causing bigger problems. And the problem I have too is, like, they're looking for moral superiority. It's not about equality anymore. And I'm not blaming black people. I'm talking about, like, actors that are getting involved with this shit.
Yes,
I have more problems.
yes.
Like, we're going to talk about that actor video in a minute because I fucking hate everybody invested. I've seen some people are involved. I saw Mark Duplass, a guy that I'm a fan of. Jesse hears me talk about how much I like him. I'm like, fuck this guy too. Like, this half-measure bullshit that all these celebrities are doing because they want to jump in and be relevant and part of the conversation. The thing is, like, you're not helping. Like, I take responsibility. Sarah Paulson, fuck off. Like, you're not doing anything. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know. I'm really pent up. I'm really angry. And, you know, this is a weird transition. I wanted to wait till we hit like 1,000 people watch it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to show this thing now. Give me a second to pull this up. It's the surprise, guys, that I wanted to show everybody.
Okay.
Jesse knows what it is. I think now is the perfect time because we are an entertainment channel. We're also a reflection. We're a pushback of a lot of the stupidity in Hollywood and entertainment. So, you know, how do we do it? Are we going to go out and we're going to go protest, you know, movie studios? What's it going to do? It's just going to be us screaming. But what can we do?
Well, we're going to not pay for their shit.
We're going to make fun of them. We're going to, you know, do our own thing. We're going to create our own content. We're going to get thousands of new fans, hundreds, tens of thousands of new fans, and we're going to make them look stupid at the same time and make some money off of it because we're going to become, like, not just us, other channel, but like this new movement of people that are just like, yo, entertainment is important. We're going to do our thing. So let me show you guys this.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. Oh, 2020, baby. We ending the year swinging, son.
Yeah.
We really are, because this is how, look it. I like making YouTube videos. I love it. It's fun. But you know what? There's so much bullshit that we should try to cover. You're going to go nuts. You're going to go insane. So this is the route we're going to take. Wokebusters is going to be here at the end of the year as I sit with literally a pyramid of comic books in this apartment, getting everything fulfilled and taken care of. This is the next official project. Yes, the SJW cards are first, but at the end of the year, we're going to have this. And I wanted to put this out there because everything that's been going on this year and years before it is fair game. We're going to make fun of all of it. This wokeness crap is done. I'm tired of it. You're tired of it. And we're going to make fun of it until they're embarrassed and they shut the fuck up. If you want to do real stuff, real change, help your communities, cool. Go do it and don't look for attention. These actors that we're going to talk about in a minute, I don't care. You're not doing anything. Stanley Tucci, give me, you know what? You want to help somebody of color? Pay off my college debt. All right. You know what? I'm not black enough to get scholarships from the whatever it was, the United Negro College Fund. I'm not this enough to get. I'm not white and rich enough to have a parent that can pay for my college. So you know what? All you half-measure pieces of trash, Do something. Help individual people. Don't give to fucking charities that are going to take 90% of it and then dole out whatever. Go do stuff yourself. Go out in the streets and give people, help people, take care of homeless people, do all these wonderful things. Get out of your damn mansions. Oh, you're afraid of the coronavirus. Go out and risk it. It's just a cold. It's just the flu, guys. Come on. Your predictions aren't stronger than this. All these people are goddamn hypocrites. I am so sorry that I'm going into this. And that's why we're doing the book. It's not about anything besides making fun of this shit. That's what we exist for, to make fun of the stupidity and to have a serious conversation about things. So that is the announcement. Maybe we'll show it at the end of the stream if we do some stuff, if we hit the 1,000 mark. Like I said, I started the stream at the right time, but I posted that it would start at 9:30, so I made the mistake. So there we go.
I would like to mention one movie. I think Dion knows what movie this is. It's Watermelon Man.
Oh,
that movie. Okay, I looked it up. I looked it up right now. Okay, just to be clear, you can rent this movie for between $2.99 and $3.99 for HD on Vudu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play. Dion, what's the movie about?
oh my God! I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Isn't that's the one where the dude got like superpowers from a watermelon, right?
I think so. Hold on. I think it's the one where like the what is it? A white insurance salesman gets the surprise of his life when he wakes up and discovers that his skin is now resembles a black man's.
Oh,
In day-to-day life, he soon finds himself the victim of discrimination in practice and things like that. Apparently, it's like a bad dream he has. But that movie, and that's the actual premise. That's the TLDR kind of premise. But that movie is still available to rent and to buy digitally. Just so you're aware.
holy
Gone
shit!
to the Wind is bad. This
I gotta
shit
watch
is
that movie
bad.
again. I gotta watch that shit again. Because oh my God, I forgot all about that crazy piece of shit.
Yeah,
What about-
and that's still, you can still buy that.
yes, you can. You can. I'm looking at it right now. You can buy all of it right now. And they have, for some reason, you can still buy this. But Gone to the Wind.
Fucking
bad.
Soul Man, yup. Fucking
Fucking
Soul Man. That damn movie. Yeah, I bet you that's still available. You'll see HBO petitioning to have that movie taken down.
I feel like that's a New World HBO production. Let me look that up real quick.
They will
Oh,
once
God.
C. Thomas Howell gets, blown up on Twitter.
I bet you tomorrow he starts apologizing.
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised.
probably
It's 19
because of our
American.
podcast.
Can somebody? We need to get a picture of C. Thomas Howell from Soul Man and start tweeting and be like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
Yeah,
No.
like, yo, remember this shit, man? Oh, you a soul brother now? How the hell are you
This
supposed to
you?
be black and still whiter than you were when you started this goddamn movie?
Well, look, let me just read the premise real quick. It
Okay.
says an American comedy film about a white man who takes tanning pills in order to pretend to be black to qualify for a black-only scholarship at Harvard Law School.
Oh, it's like that lady up in Washington.
Oh, what's her face? Rachel Dolezal.
Rachel Dolezal. Yep.
The budget for the movie was $4.5 million.
What did it end up making at the box office? $35 million? Jesus Christ!
I bet that's where she got the idea.
Probably.
Oh my god! It made $35 million at the box office. For fuck's sake!
And for those out there in the chat that are wondering who Kendo is talking about, we're talking about, like I said, Rachel Dolezal. She was a captivating figure for like a minute. That's what she really looks like. And she was lying and telling people she was actually black and working in some thing. And then she's like, well, I feel black. And it's like, what?
She said she identified as black. And then one of the funniest
she started
moments.
transracial.
Yep, transracial. And one of the funniest moments in all of any interview ever was her getting interviewed. She goes, "Well, aren't you white?" And she goes, "What? I don't understand the question."
Yeah, how hard is that to figure out?
It was fucking.
She got called. She got called out.
She
Well, I
got
think
called.
And the memes
Oh my
were
God.
great.
Dude, she got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
she
she was
did.
committing fraud.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Former NAACP leader Rachel Dolezal agrees to plea. Sorry, I had a pop up about fucking welfare fraud.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, she was essentially because I mean it's one thing to walk around and say I identify as black. It's another thing to do it on documentation and
Mhm.
things that you sign and you fill out and you use to collect money from the government. You kind of can't falsify that information.
That's
Because
illegal.
Yes, because the government doesn't care what you identify as. It's what you are supposed to be or claim to be or should be according to, your information. It's like if I start filling out shit tomorrow claiming to be a woman, that's called fraud. Rachel Dolezal was not black. She thought she was. And she's in trouble for it.
So what you're saying is I can't just claim I have white privilege and start having everybody call me Travis.
Well, I mean, if you
it'd be hilarious, but
I'll call you Travis Utam from now on, dude.
Travis Utam.
That makes the nickname Big Rig make a lot more sense, doesn't it? Travis.
No. Here. No, the most white privilege name ever, Preston. There you go, Preston.
Ooh, Preston.
That's not even just white privilege. That's even people like me are going to be like, that sounds like some silver spoon fucker from West County.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Well, listen to this real quick. Rachel Dolezal, who changed her name to Nkechi Diallo, spelled
get the fuck.
That's even worse.
N-C-H-I,
I need a stronger drink.
She was charged in May with theft by welfare fraud and false identity verification and applying for public assistance. Court documents showed she illegally received $8,747 in government food assistance and another $100 in child care assistance between 2015 and 2017. And I guess investigators first began investigating her after she wrote a book deal calling herself transracial and reportedly deposited $84,000 into her bank account over a 2-year period without disclosing it to the Department of Social Health Services.
Oh my god. Here's the thing: when she came up with her name, did she drop a Scrabble board? What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to go around and say, "Yeah, guys, I'm black. Look, I've got a darker skin complexion, and look at my hair, I'm black." And then it's another thing to say, "You know what? I'm gonna bet and pick out a crazy ass name because that's gonna sell it." If anything, that's kind of racist.
Yeah. Oh man.
Fucking Nikita. You gotta be kidding me with that shit.
Oh, the gall that woman had. Oh
This
my
crazy
gosh.
Bitch. This crazy bitch.
Like I said, folks, this is just one of those weeks. So hopefully you guys are as surprised at the stupidity that is. Oh my god. Here we go. Another one, guys. Another show getting canceled and removed from society. It could be the second or third season where they got the new actors, but hey, guess what? Amazon is considering pulling the Dukes of Hazzard from Amazon Prime Video Service.
Oh, wait, what?
This is from Bloomberg. So it's legit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a show. I know what they have on top of the card. That's part of the show, but sorry, it's hey man.
Listen, that movie's not gonna make
No, the show, Dion.
Oh, the show. The show. Who the fuck? Like what? You know what? Like canceling the show is not going to make Jethro and Jamal become best fucking friends.
No,
but Dion, they're just some good old boys, not meaning no harm.
Driving the General Lee, come on. Like, fuck,
actually,
man.
you know what? I disagree, Dion. I'm closer as a friend to you right now that this show's being canceled.
Listen, all I can say is either buy them or pirate them. That's all I'm going to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep the discs, the Blu-rays, and the hard drives of these shows going on because they're going to be erased for some damn reason, and then they may come back in 30 years and people calm the fuck down. So I don't know. it's just crazy.
I love how this is like the solution to the problem. We still have some race problems in America. How can we fix it? Let's cancel the Dukes of Hazzards and wipe out Gone with the Wind. That'll fucking fix it all. Suddenly everybody's gonna be singing Kumbaya and it's gonna be a goddamn Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah, man. See, I love Coca-Cola and I love white people. Thank you, HBO.
well, Dion, that's kind of obvious, but
before
whatever.
they canceled Gone with the Wind and the Dukes of Hazzard, I didn't know how much I love black people, and then they got rid of Dukes of Hazzard, and suddenly everything from their perspective and what they've been through in life. Thanks, Coca, HBO.
Hey, I got an idea for something that we'll talk about off air. I'm gonna send you a
write it down or make a note of it somewhere.
Just keep talking about this real quick,
dude. I mean, even the movies they made were hilarious. I mean, they weren't hilarious, but they were funny at least. I mean, so it's just a show. It's just a show. I mean, it's not gonna. You're not gonna take the show off off of Amazon Prime and eventually, like Ken Dion said, everything's gonna be kumbaya and Cokes and smiles and shit. I mean, just it's a show, man. Are you gonna take off Roots too? Taking off roots as well.
I mean, right. I mean, it's but is
Yeah.
that different because it was from the perspective of the slave family?
They're
No,
just going to. They're only going to edit out the poor white people that lived with them. I'm like, no, we can't have that.
We can't have sympathy.
They're gonna edit out Chicken George talking about what he learned from his sergeant in the army. Like, we don't want to talk about that shit. That was kind of fucked up, making him fight in the war, bro. Yeah, we don't want to do that shit.
Now, Kendo, Kendo, you've watched Dukes of Hazzard, yes or no?
I've seen bits and pieces. I wouldn't say that I'm like a huge Dukes of Hazzard fan, but I've never found the show to be like off-putting.
Well, the only reason I ask is because I've seen the movie. I've never seen an episode of the show. I'm just going to assume the other. Nick, have you watched Dukes of Hazzard?
No, I watched the movies that they remade it, like 10 years ago. That was it.
Now, what about Dion? Have you seen the show or just the movie?
I've seen both. I'm being a kid going to family that had cable, and then it'd be on super late at night, and shit. I remember seeing episodes of it. For me, I was like, oh, it's just one of those shows that country people fucking like. I didn't necessarily like it. I love the car. As I got older, I was like, fucking country boys love that show. Whatever, dude.
You mean Dion? You didn't feel weird when you were watching at somebody's house. You were just like, I feel uncomfortable. I need to leave.
Wait, the car is called General Lee, as in the General Lee? Sir, I am leaving right now. I didn't do that, surprisingly, no. I was just like, it's kind of a dumb show. They got a cool car in it. The one dude ends up playing Jonathan Kent. Awesome. Good job.
Yeah, it's a show.
Yeah.
Here's the I'm worried. I'm sorry to cut you off, Kendo, but I'm seeing a thing in the chat. I had to address it. Like, when does this stop? Somebody, Juan R., good friend of the show, says Breakfast at Tiffany's, the Connery Bond movies.
Right.
Because, look, I'll admit, the You Only Live Twice part where they make him Japanese is stupid because I get what they're trying to do. It was never created with ill intent.
It doesn't work because he doesn't look it.
No, that's the whole point. He doesn't look Japanese. Holy
He looks
shit.
nothing like a Japanese person. Not at all. But he goes through very
If you're
surgery.
going to cancel Dukes of Hazzard, cancel Friends because there's no black people in it. Just go ahead and cancel that show too.
Thank you.
And it sucks.
Fuck you, David Schwimmer.
Yeah. Cancel Friends because there's no black people in it for 8 goddamn seasons. Nobody.
Wait, no, take it back. Aisha Tyler was a friend of one of them. So
how many episodes? How many episodes?
Not as many as Paul Rudd.
There you go. There you go.
Can't have that.
They gave a white man priority over a black woman. Holy shit.
Yep,
I'm gonna write
call
that
it
down
off.
too.
Yes, that's Japanese James Bond.
He still looks Irish.
Dude, I just watched the clip of the Joe Rogan show where they were talking about his interview with Barbara Walters, and hey, let's not forget he did a lot of movies after that interview, everybody. But now all of a sudden we're gonna retroactively go back and just cancel shit that had some silly, stupid ass, really not well thought out parts of them. We're gonna cut that shit out. Obviously, the thing now, is racial shit, specifically shit that may or may not have to do with looking down on black people. It ain't like everyone's out there watching Amos and Andy already. Song of the South already got taken away, but oh fuck, some old ass show that really only lives on TV land. Oh fuck, it says General Lee. Let's cut this shit. Fuck Chris Christopherson.
Now, I can't wait. I'm seeing a lot of stuff in the chat. I can't wait for South Park to come back this season, and I can't wait to make my own video on this shit because I just can't get behind any of this stuff. I get it. Look, shit was different back in the day. It's 30, 40, 50, 60 years since this stuff has happened, and guess what? We're a lot better off, but we're acting like society is crippled because of these things. Guess what, motherfucker? That's not the case. I want to proverbially slap all of these people in the fucking face that promote this shit. Oh, we need to get rid of this because it's too culturally insensitive. What's insensitive is making Luke Skywalker a bitch. All right, let's cancel The Last Jedi. Let's get all this geek culture shit too, because it goes both ways. You think, like Jesse made a great point. You're talking about we're going to keep doing this stuff to the white characters and everyone's going to get a. What was the point you made earlier? Because when we're talking about how they're going to change stuff, and you're like, well, they're going to do all this stuff to the white characters.
It's the two ways. It's the wanting your cake and how to have your cake and eat it too. Is it the short term or the long term? Have you woken up and said, we live in a world that is and will always be dominated by whitey, it'll always be the patriarchy and toxic masculinity and power, and we're never going to change that. So you know what? We'll chip away at him when we can. Just keep whitey down, screw him and build up people of color when we can. And that's how we're going to combat the patriarchy. Okay, fine, live that life, whatever. But if your end goal, which is what it seems like it is we want to take the power back. We want to put the right people in charge. We want to put the right people in power, making the decisions. And that, of course, the right people means not white people or men. Then what are you going to do when you have that society? When you've trained your behaviors and your attitudes for however many years it takes for you to get the power to hate white people, to disenfranchise white people, to take things away from white people. Now suddenly, when you're the ones in charge, when you're the ones who have the power, are you suddenly going to switch that entire paradigm? Are you going to drop that entire attitude and suddenly become benevolent? No, you're going to have a new system in which you've ingrained racial prejudice against a different race, and you're going to create a new system that oppresses those people the same way you were oppressed. It's just vengeance. It's just flipping the script, and you never solve anything, and that's not progress.
But it's okay because they're white.
Yeah, of course. White people don't matter. They can just die, and it's fine.
Hey, guys.
Don't get me wrong. There are some white people who have earned that moniker. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are really bad. But to be like, oh, this is how we'll make it better. Not only that, but then to claim that and then not do it. So to claim, hey man, it's fucked up what white people did, man. Yes, we all agree. It's fucked up what white people did. But we're gonna fix it by putting a white woman in them.
Hey Dion, remember Nick?
What the fuck?
Don't you love how we're the alt-right podcast talking about this right now?
I know. I love it right now.
Yeah, it's like you guys don't. It's like fuck off. Like you remember, Kendall, you're the only white guy here on this show. We're gonna use your credit to help us because you're white.
Your credit to help us.
What is this dumb shit? Fuck you.
Oh god.
Society has gone backwards, and you know what? I
People are acting like like it's World War II and the Nazis are stomping down the road. It's like it's not that. It's not that at all. It really isn't.
No, people are acting like it's 1820 instead of 2020.
Yeah, man. It's fucked up. I mean, it really is. I hate it all, and I hate constantly going to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and seeing all this shit. It's like especially Instagram and Twitter. It's like bring back the titties, please. Bring back the scantily clad women. This is the only reason I have those platforms is to see that shit. It's the only reason I have them. I know you care about these causes. Good for you. I'm glad you're giving to these things. Great, awesome. But goddamn, bring back the titties. All right, I'm tired of this. It's been like a week and a half. Come on now.
So let me read a couple of super chats from our listeners because I want to hear what they're saying on all these topics. Sorry, it's one of those scattershot episodes where it's like this, but there's literally just a million thoughts I've had about how dumb all this crap is.
Oh yeah.
So I'm so tired of hearing about all the crap that's going on. I just wanted to talk about it, but I want to hear what the folks in the chat are saying. So first off, from our friend Space Monkey 0899, thank you very much. He says, Gone with the Wind hits number 1 on Amazon after the HBO ban. I looked it up. That shit is unavailable because people are buying it up. Listeners are going out to Walmart and picking up their DVD copies. I advocate, not even Gone with the Wind. I don't care about the movie. I'm not a fan. I'm not watching it at a protest. I'm not talking about this because, I'm so into the film. I'm into not taking away shit that's not a problem. Because like I said, where do we draw the line? Like Sean, Go Big Boar, Go Home, who was a listener, friend of ours now, who was on Jesse's stream last night. They were talking about the Second Amendment and stuff. And he's talking about moving the goalpost. This is the same thing about moving goalposts. Well, if Gone with the Wind is offensive, well, what about The Wizard of Oz because of the representation of the flying monkeys, or there's no black people in that movie? What or the Munchkins, as they call them in the movie? Like, what are we going to do with that? And we're going to move back. Well, Willy Wonka, there were no black kids that got a golden ticket. What about that? That's racially insensitive. Well, then we're going to go to Star Wars. Well, we already got the Star And they fucking ruined that. I mean, it's just go out and buy your shit.
Or even again, and we say it all the time. You believe something, you believe it all the time, right?
Yep.
Are we gonna start getting rid of famous comedy specials?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy's next.
Are we gonna get rid of Delirious? We're gonna get rid of Raw? Are we gonna go back and get rid of 48 Hours? That's a movie that opened the door for buddy cop films because Nick Nolte drops a hard RN word, baby. Are we gonna go out and cancel Nick Nolte? I mean, he does have a problem with female cast members. Are we gonna go out and get rid of 48 Hours and another 48 Hours? Huh?
No, we're cop stuff, and we can't have that. So the goodbye RoboCop, bye bye Die Hard, and bye bye Lethal Weapon.
God damn it.
Yeah, are we getting? And I heard someone mention that shit on. Someone said that was getting on Lethal Weapon on Twitter. I mean, Lethal Weapon 2 is literally the backdrop of it is apartheid. We're gonna get rid of that because the dude said he says a Dutch slang or South African slang word for black people. We're gonna get rid of that.
Yeah.
No context is gonna be in
to.
that.
And the funny part is they're going to hone in. Here's Lethal Weapon is the perfect example of something that they'll try to cancel, and it's going to blow up in their face. Because I actually found an article when we're talking about this about a very progressive movie that now the SJW people are coming after because it's not the right type of black message. But listen to this. The point I want to make is Lethal Weapon. If you cancel Lethal Weapon because of the depiction of the police or the apartheid message, what about the whole family message of Riggs and Murtaugh? Murtaugh's family is all black. Riggs is a white dude. He is a part of the family by the second film. They treat him like he's a member. He doesn't really live with them. He does the laundry there. He makes some chili. He does all this shit. And guess what? He's
Oreos
not
in it.
white. Yeah, there's Oreos in his chili too. But Dion, the whole message of like, it doesn't matter what skin color you are, if you can be a part of our family, this whole universal message that we're trying to get to, the shit Star Trek did 50 years ago, we're going to wipe it away so then we could do it again so we can pat ourselves on the back. And I hate that we're going to lose so many good things out of these people's stupidity. Why don't we let people that have the phrase power to the people, let the people decide what dickhead, actually I know his name now. I found it who's responsible for Gone with the Wind being gone. His name is John Ridley. He wrote an op-ed piece in some piece of shit magazine or an article that no one cares about. He's a screenwriter. Who gives a shit, dude? You know what? You wrote 12 Years a Slave. Awesome. Enjoy your success. Did it win an Oscar? Maybe. I don't know. I don't care about the Oscars. But what I do care about is the goalpost movement. When is enough enough? I think we've already reached a point where it's too much. You want to fix society. The movies aren't the place to fix it. You know what? And then you're taking away too. If you take away a Lethal Weapon or Beverly Hills Cop or anything with Eddie Murphy or black actors in lead roles, you're taking the power away from them. Eddie Murphy was one of the biggest draws of the entire decade. The shit he said is funny and really still funny to this day. If it makes you uncomfortable, good. That's the fucking point, and you're not in the demographic anyway. And if you wipe it away, you wipe away his legacy, and you took away a black guy's legacy. That's worse than anything else you could do to Eddie Murphy. He didn't do anything wrong to anybody. He's got 10 kids. He takes great care of them. He's a good dad, and he's making a comeback. Oh, but you know what? Because of the political social climate, we're going to worry about because Beverly Hills Cop drops the N-word or this does that. Like, you know what? I'm just pissed. I'm fucking tired of it.
Well, not only that, but then
hold on 1 second. Just to go back to 12 Years a Slave, it did win 9 Academy Awards. Just so you know.
Cool. And guess what? Gone with the Wind won 10. Are you fucking jealous that it won one more Oscar than you? Like, fuck it. Both movies are important. Leave them be. You don't have the right to wipe away something.
Right. And then the thing that pisses me off is they do it in a way to cover up other shit. So they're gonna get rid of a movie that's been out for 80 years, but no one's jumping down Disney's throat about putting out main films and video games all with white actors. That you want to make something different. Encourage them to have more balance in their shit. No one in Twitter tried, but no one jumped on Disney for taking John Boyega off the movie poster.
Mm-hmm. They don't have the nerve to talk about that shit.
Exactly. They're not. You're not going to see JJ say that. You're not seeing Kathleen coming out and saying that. They'll refuse. I promise you, they'll refuse to have that conversation.
Everybody should blow them up on Twitter about that. It's like, exactly. where was John Boyega on the poster?
I am all for having exactly. And there are people that had the tweets where the two posters were side by side, because surprise, surprise, some Asian people from the continent of Asia are incredibly fucking racist. Yeah. But they all have wallets, and they like to pay for movies too. But we'll take the black dude off. But it's marketing. That's just how marketing works. But no, we're going to go back. We're going to get rid of the 80-year-old movie where that was put in the film on purpose to make people uncomfortable. And again, the cast almost didn't go to the fucking Academy Awards because they wouldn't let their black co-star go. The fucking director had to he's like, listen, we have to go. We have to do this. We're not going to change this overnight. I think that, paraphrase his quote, obviously. But, why can't we talk about that?
Well, I think that's something else we need to talk about, too. 3 things. First off, Tropic Thunder, which we'll get to in a second. Secondly, blaxploitation films. But I was waiting for Kendra to get back. What about a movie that we all love, Trading Places?
Yeah.
Are they going to get rid of that? Or are they going to get rid of Coming to America? Because in Coming to America, Eddie Murphy wears whiteface. Well, whiteface is really a thing. It isn't? Okay, fine. Well, what about Trading Places where Dan Aykroyd where he's Lionel Joseph? No, yeah, he's Lionel Joseph. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Africa University.
Other way around. Yeah, so the thing is, like, these are really great movies that have scenes that are comedy. Some shit works for people, some stuff doesn't. I hate Seinfeld with a fucking passion. I think it's the worst sitcom ever. I don't laugh anytime I watch it. One of the listeners that I really love, he's a great dude, he's a friend and everything. He loves Seinfeld. That doesn't change my stance on him. I'm not gonna say his name because he knows, he listens all the time. I can't stand that fucking show though. Does that mean I'm anti-Semite because I don't like a show with a Jewish lead? No. If you try to pull that shit, well, just ask my girlfriend, who may or may not be Jewish, if I'm anti-Semitic. So,
events that transpired shortly before your stream, I would say you like Jewish women quite a bit.
Yes, I do. Everybody, I like women.
He likes parts of them.
Yeah.
That shit ain't kosher.
Yeah. Kendo, we do have bacon together quite a bit. Like we had bacon wrapped hot dogs.
We discussed making bacon wrapped shrimp earlier today.
And we're having bacon wrapped shrimp. We're having a little barbecue in the living room this weekend because But like those kind of movies, like what the hell's the point? You know, because we're gonna start picking away. And you know what's funny? Like I said in a minute, they're going after The Help next. A movie, again, it doesn't interest me. It's based on a book, correct? The Help is a book?
Yes, the book.
Okay. It's based on a true story. So it's not good enough because we want to talk about a story of assuming a white woman. I think her name was like Scooter or something. I saw the trailer a dozen times because I go into the movies a bunch. But, you know, about bringing races together. But, you know, we're going to wipe it away because it doesn't promote exactly the way we want it. But the whole thing is about universal unity, right? Everyone's cool with each other, be excellent to each other, like Bill and Ted said. You know, it'd be amazing if Bill and Ted was the first movie to come out post-coronavirus that made a fuckload of money, promoted the right message, and got people back on board because that would turn art into life.
God damn, dude.
Bill and Ted would become the saviors of everything. I'd be like, oh shit, they didn't even write the song. They just made everybody excellent to each other.
I kind of hope they do because both Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter are actually, I think in real life, wonderful people. I mean, Keanu Reeves, he's always given the majority of his money to charities and to people in need and things and stuff. So, I mean, if that's the case, and I hope it is, oh man, Bill and Ted would have actually brought the world together. That would be, I guess, art imitating life, imitating art, in a weird way.
Sure. I mean, it'd be a wholesome as fuck way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
It's you know, you believe it all the fucking time, you know. And again, it gives them the avenue to not use that, to truly self-reflect, to truly say, you know, what is some fucked up shit that we've actually done. You know, get rid of something that's 80 years old. I mean, that's literally like trying to beat up an old man. Like, how the fuck many times we gotta tell you, old man, you like black people, motherfucker? You know, like, you're gonna beat him up? You're gonna beat up an old dude, 80-year-old dude? Come on, like, what the fuck is getting rid of this movie really gonna do? Besides the fact it's like, oh, well, it's about the Civil War and there's an active slave in it. We probably should, like, no.
Hey, real quick, I only got this on the screen. Salvador, I see you talking about Parks and Rec. Last night, Jesse and I decided we were going to be Burt Macklin and what's her name, Janet Snakehole for Halloween. So I bought an FBI jacket, and she bought me a pair of those sunglasses, those Burt Macklin sunglasses. So I'm so invested in that show right now, it's not even funny. Like, all of a sudden, Chris Pratt is like my favorite actor for just a minute. And I love everybody on the show, so I just wanted to bring a little levity and a shout out to him. But you know, the blaxploitation of our friend Justin sent in, like, what about those? Those are fun. I think
oh my god, dude, blaxploitation, Jesus.
Now somebody
are we gonna get rid of Superfly?
Yeah.
Oh my god, are we gonna get rid of Black Caesar?
Yeah.
Or we
Black
can
Shampoo.
We can leave the boss guy off of this stream. But
that would be Boss.
Yeah, Boss.
Oh god.
We'll leave it alone.
Here's the thing I love about that movie. I love that movie because it has its own theme song, and the theme song is fucking awesome.
Yep.
Fred Williamson, jeez, man. Oh god, that man is crazy in person. Highly recommend meeting him. He is he's crazy. He's crazy as hell to meet in person. And I actually have the poster of that movie signed by him.
Ooh.
Yeah, but even then, blaxploitation. Like, I think there's a VOD service called Brown Sugar that's a lot of blaxploitation movie. And it's fairly cheap. I think it's like $3 or $4 a month. And I had it before, I think, for a trial period, and I watched everything I liked on it. And I'm sure they've got more stuff. But yeah, man, blaxploitation movies, I love them. And I always try to buy whenever these crazy companies like Severin or Synapse Films or whatever put out, the crazy Blu-rays, the 4K scans they have of these things, because they actually took the time and a year and a half and scan these movies and have these wonderful Blu-rays and redid the sound to 5.1 digital and all kinds of cool nerdy film shit. And I buy them because if I don't buy them, they're probably not going to be saved ever again, or at least I know that I have them and I have a copy of it, for future reference, or if anybody ever wants to borrow it or know what this movie's about, it's there, And I think those movies are important because that was a weird time, during Hollywood, during filmmaking, where people were going out in, New York streets and filming stuff in the middle of, of the day and just trying to be guerrilla with it and make a movie. And, it was insane. It was insane time. And I think a lot of interesting and great movies came out during that time. And they're still good to this day,
They are. And, Blackula and all these great movies out there. I mean, I love Pam Grier movies. She's cool.
Oh my God, dude.
And I loved, I think my favorite you know what? I told you this once, Nick, but I think the greatest blaxploitation ever is probably either I like Cleopatra Jones a lot. I also like Coffee.
Yeah.
I dig all of those though. Superfly's fun. The Dolomite stuff with Rudy Ray Moore.
Oh, damn, dude. Yeah.
Here's the thing, folks. And not you folks that check, because you guys are smart. You get it. But if the people that are calling for all these changes in society and stuff, you know what? Go support those old movies. Go watch that. You want to talk about old movies making a change? Because going out and if you say to me, well, Jeff, going out to watch Black Belt Jones doesn't help. Neither does canceling Gone with the Wind.
Right.
That's my argument.
Right. It's the same thing.
If you want all this good and all this shit, like Disney, have the balls to show interracial relationships in your movies. How come Finn, and this isn't in my video coming out, how come Finn couldn't go have a relationship with Ray?
Or Rose.
See, the thing is, Beverly Hills Cop had that issue in 1984. We are 36 years removed from that film. You want to talk about how society's progressed? We've had president who's mixed race. We've had all kinds of shit that's gone down. Why can't we do this anymore? Because of the Chinese. All this shit is about the money. All these businesses that made their logos black last week, everybody that's out there, all these companies, these actors, these celebrities, it's all about brownie points, virtue signaling, and money you think you're going to
And they won't give a shit in 30 days. That's what pisses me off. They won't give a shit. It's the same shit they do with Pride Month. You change your banner on Twitter, and then you feel great about yourself, and then you don't give a shit, and then you put out a movie that does the exact same shit you were talking about 30 days ago.
Well, here's the thing. Pride Month essentially is irrelevant this year because it's June, right? Isn't June Pride Month?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it this year. See, it goes to show you, nobody really cares about marginalized people in America. They care about what is the hot topic to jump onto Twitter to get all these brownie points. People are going to lose friends. People might break up because they're fucking dumb. All this shit might go down because you're trying to be hip and cool. It's no longer cool to wear expensive sunglasses or drive the flashy car or wear the right clothes. It's about having the right opinion on social media. You can be some broke dick loser in Omaha, Nebraska. You can be some uptight bitch up in Washington, D.C. I don't care where you are. The thing is, it's the right think that's going on today. It's not about anything but, like you said, 30 days from now, they will not care. I hope we catch one of these celebrities like that are in the video that we're going to show in a minute about, I take responsibility. I hope one of these motherfuckers gets caught saying something, dropping some words, some slur or something. And then we're like, wow, what happened? You're a bunch of hypocrites, because their whole message is just fake. It's hollow, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to the motherfucker on Batwoman. Dudes on the show, and come to find out he was tweeting shit in 2012. Sexist shit, misogynist shit, joking about raping people. But he was one of those people that were out and about with the CW and how progressive he is. It's like, maybe pushing forward with, again, dialogue. Give people the opportunity to learn from their mistakes. If they keep going, fuck them. Yeah, sometimes it's okay to cut people out, but not after you don't try to bring shit together. And again, I'm not saying that I know the fucking answer, that there is an easy cut answer, but this isn't it. This is not it. Let's not start to burning fucking books here, people.
No, it's not. That's where we're saying is we're almost to that point now. And I hate to say it, but that's really, people are like, well, that's a little extreme, isn't it? No.
I mean, the like what you guys said, what Gone to the Wind is, is off of HBO Max, and all of a sudden you can't buy it on Amazon anymore. People going to Walmart to go get copies. I mean, that's happening now because of censorship. Do you guys remember the movie Hitch and how like Will Smith couldn't have a white woman he was in love with?
Yeah.
It's been a while
Okay.
since I've seen it.
Okay,
Eva
all right,
Mendes, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hitch came out in 05. Then you had a movie Focus where it was Will Smith and Margot Robbie getting it on in a movie in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, oh, they changed all of a sudden. That's cool. It's so weird. It's just so strange.
Right.
By the way, there's somebody in the chat with the name Pikachu's prostate exam. I just want to give a shout out to you for having video of the night. Oh, that's where the fucking Pikachu face comes from. Prostate time. Oh. So there you go.
Wait, okay. I read that as Pikachu was given the prostate exams, and I was gonna say he's an electric type, so that's gonna hurt.
Well, have you noticed, since we jumped on the Pokemon thing for just a second, have you noticed how other parts of the world just mock the shit that's going on here in America? Like, the whole, like, I hate when people are like, well, America's stupid and fat and this and that. Look, I don't have room to talk about the size thing, but I went to college, I have the degree, I did the time, I worked for it, so we're not this dumb thing. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, like if another country's like, look how stupid, you're all worried about this, that, and the other, I'm with you. Some of this crap we worry about, or other people worry about that affects our lives, is dumb. And what, the one point I made yesterday, one of our most successful tweets was dropped yesterday on our account, because yesterday was Hattie McDaniel's birthday. She actually has shared a birthday, McDaniel, excuse me. She shared a birthday with my dad, so June 10th. So I was, I was in that mode, and I was like, oh, it's Hattie McDaniel's birthday. Awesome. It's great. Let's fucking remove Gone with the Wind and her legacy on her birthday. She would have been 30 almost. She would have been 125 years old this year. So awesome. On her birthday, let's just wipe away.
Yeah, they don't think about that shit. They don't think about that shit. In terms of black cinema and black actors, having her be part of a Oscar-winning film back then, like, oh no, fuck it. Let's not care about that progress. It's about slavery, so we want to get rid of it. Let's not care about the lineage of actors and actresses that wouldn't have gotten a shot after that, or how longer it would have taken for people of color in general. Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about, it's about slavery and there is a white chick in it. Fuck that. Let's not care about that at all. Like, fuck you guys.
Now, I wanted to, real quick, we talk about putting your money where your mouth is. Remember last year how Shaft came out and everyone, I don't want to keep using the phrase SJW because I feel like it's lazy. I want to come up with a more powerful term to say, fuck you people, and hit you with words like that. The dumb shit you say, I want to come up with some kind of phrase that just bitch smacks them and they go, wow, I don't like that. Well, I don't like the dumb crap that you're doing to ruin society. But last year, all these uppity people refused to support Shaft. This year, they'd all go fucking see it, or at least they tell you to go see it. But last year, it's toxic masculinity. It represents bad movies. But this year, everyone would do it. And let me tell you something. Here's the tomato meter. 32% from critics, 94% from the audience. And I'm making a point here. I thought this movie was fun. I went out and bought it. I got the Blu-ray on the floor.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I thought this movie was so fun. And honestly, it just reminded me of shit from a couple years ago. The fact that Samuel L. Jackson was the Shaft, the second Shaft, the way he was in that movie, I missed when you had characters that had the balls to do and say shit. If I want to watch a fantasy film, that's what Shaft is. He's going to be with all these women. He's going to do all this cool shit. One of the coolest film lines I ever heard was in that movie when when his son goes, oh, it's like some James Bond shit. And he goes, if James Bond was real, he'd want to be me. I thought that was awesome.
Oh yeah, I remember that line. God,
last year,
so
this movie wasn't cool. It wasn't hip. This is all a fad. It's all a trend. And
fucking backwater activists, man. Again, you believe something, you believe it all the time. It wasn't hip then, man. It wasn't a deal then. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like you had one of the OG actors of the last quarter century coming back out with a character that people pretended to fucking love.
No, I'm gonna go show my copy real quick just to prove people that I ain't full of shit.
I mean, you ain't gotta go that far. We believe you, but
I don't think anybody should not believe you.
Yeah, I remember watching it. I was like, this is exactly what we need. This is a great fucking movie. Like from beginning to end, I was just like, damn, man, this is a movie we need because it was funny as shit. It was good. It was heartfelt. It was nice. Oh shit, there it is.
Yeah, I watched this on an airplane on the way to where did I go? It was with Jesse for one of her fencing tournaments back when you could travel without masks on. And I watched this on the plane. I thought it was so cool that I bought it right after we got to the hotel. And here it is. So folks, I'm not asking you to go out and buy Shaft or watch it or anything like that. All I'm saying is go out and support a movie you like, no matter the skin color of the actor, no matter anything, and buy it on physical format because one day, even something as inoffensive as to some it's offensive as Shaft from 2019 might be considered forbidden, and it'll be gone.
Well, here's the funny thing. I'm looking at Shaft 2019. It's on HBO Max. I'm just saying.
Oh well. Let's just remember
it's right there. It's right there on my screen.
Well, I'm looking at the critics. So let's see. It stinks to high heaven from New York Magazine. Tim Story's upstate of the blaxploitation classic is shamelessly regressive. Male dinosaurs again walk the earth with misogynistic and homophobic impunity. These are the laughs, folks. Don't be surprised if they stick in your throat. Fuck you, Pete Travers from Rolling Stone Magazine.
Hold on.
I think it's kind of wrong for a bunch of white people to be talking bad about a black movie. I mean,
also, who said the thing about blaxploitation? Have you ever fucking seen one? Do you know what happens in them?
John O'Farrell had it right, man. It's armchair activists.
Dude, there's a lot of naked black women in those blaxploitation movies. Trust me. It's a lot of
there's some naked white women in them too.
That's true too. There's a lot of titties in those goddamn movies.
Superfly smacks one of them.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah. Like shit went down. He's like, oh, misogynist blaxploitation. Go fuck yourself. You've never seen one of those goddamn movies. None of them. Okay.
These are the people that get a whiff of something, spend 20 minutes bitching about it on social media, and they're suddenly experts.
Yeah.
That's what this is. It's what it all boils down to. It's, the people that scream and yell about the things that are wrong and why it's bad, yet they have no fucking experience in that field. They probably all have psych degrees.
Or philosophy majors.
And they do the thing that people that don't have experience do, and they talk with authority and refuse to listen. Like, don't get me wrong. If you happen to be a white dude or a white gal, and you remember some shit you did or said, or you do care very much about friends and family members that you have that are people of color that happen, or specifically that are black, that's awesome. Fucking do the right shit. This isn't it. Going out and canceling shit like, oh man, I definitely understand. I see the issues this society has, and some of them definitely still have, right? But, canceling Gone with the Wind, yeah, this is a step in the right direction. Like, no, it's fucking not.
No, it's not. It's a step in the wrong direction. A lot of this stuff is. And just like I said, I want to know where it stops. Because by whatever standard we're living in, it's not woke enough, it's not progressive enough, so it shouldn't exist. Look at Bond movies. Everyone wants to try to cancel Bond because he smacked the woman and stuff. I don't advocate it. I'm not like Sean Connery that'll say, it's okay to slap a woman if she deserves it. I've never done that shit. I refuse to. But at the same time, Bond isn't this racist character. He's had black women, white women, Asian women. He's had them all from different walks.
Man, look at Live and Let Die.
And here's the thing. Yeah, Live and Let Die is a blaxploitation Bond.
Yes, it is.
And if you're somebody out there that's going to lay down with someone of any race, I'm not going to buy into the whole they're a racist type of thing, Now, Bond is a fictional character, but it'd be like saying, X, Y, this guy's a racist because he didn't support this thing, but he's got a black wife at home and mixed kids. Like, where does your argument fall? And then you're going to call the wife a race traitor and all this shit, and you're just tearing apart a family because of some stupid shit on Twitter.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know. I feel like Twitter's the problem. Yeah, I really do, because you can have a knee-jerk reaction and in 240 characters, emit that reaction onto the internet, and it's just like, oh god, why?
And people they shit on Alita in 2019, right? Alita was 2019.
Yeah,
people were like, well,
2018,
like movies
2019.
about women. Well, Alita, because it's funny. Jeremy made a good point. Alita was this movie about a female, she was a robot girl or whatever. But it was like, if I don't like Captain Marvel, I'm misogynistic. But let me just give you, you want me to watch a movie about a woman? Sure, I'll watch this one. I don't want to watch that one. Don't make Marvel movies about activism. Robert Downey Jr. doesn't give a shit. He's actually probably the coolest dude of all the people involved because of the whole Tropic Thunder thing. Like, that movie will probably be wiped away from existence. Folks, go buy a copy of Tropic Thunder on Blu-ray and DVD. Write Ben Stiller and say, yo, man, Tropic Thunder is an awesome movie. Let Robert Downey Jr. know on Twitter you liked Kirk Lazarus. Like, what the fuck? Let's start an uprising of shit we like. Instead of everyone trying to cancel stuff, let's start this positivity movement online. Let's fucking write 200,000 letters to Eddie Murphy and say, you know what, man, you were awesome in X, Y, and Z. Love your work. Write it to Dan Aykroyd and say you're a fan. Just write it to these people that you like and just say, hey, and let this, start this. You want to push back instead of pushing back, fighting fire with fire. The thing is, we can beat the shit out of this way.
Yeah. Find the scene of Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places and tweet that to both of them. And be like, "Yo, great movie, fucking love it."
Mm-hmm.
Find a picture of both of them on the train where Dan Aykroyd's in blackface.
Yeah.
And tweet
Where's
them
the
and be like,
sequel?
"Yo, dude, yeah, where's the sequel? When we doing the sequel?" Also, like, what wasn't there? Like, what is it? 2017? You had Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Power,
Yeah.
like, Spy Woman, Russia in the 80s, like, crazy shit. Fun movie. Loved it. I own it on Blu-ray. It's great. Also, you had her in Mad Max as a, the lead female character.
You want
Great
you want
movie.
to talk about a progressive movie done the right way? We beat that horse to fucking death on this channel.
Yeah.
Fucking Mad Max.
Yeah.
Where it's not literally they're saving a troth of fucking women who are supposed to be breeders. But it's not fucking in your face. It's not being like, hey, if you don't like this movie, you're a piece of shit. Charlize Theron didn't pull a goddamn Brie Larson. She was like, hey, I made this movie. I believe in it. Come and fucking see it. And it's fucking good.
Yeah. Are you talking Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah, Fury Road.
Yeah.
Because I know Atomic Blonde got dropped. Haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But
No, a lot of fun. Atomic Blonde. It's like, dude, it's like all the 80s stuff you love, but in Russia during the Cold War.
I'll drop a couple bucks on the Charlize Theron movie. I like her enough. I don't love her, but I'm more inclined to spend money on her than Brie Larson because of that.
When are they going to cancel her?
Oh, she's a white woman, dude. She's safe forever.
Yeah,
She
but
has
she's
the-
an
it's actually-
African-American.
She has the right think. That's it. Brie
okay.
Larson has the right shitty attitude towards normal people. She has the right shitty attitude towards equality in life and all this other crap. Her and Tessa Thompson are probably loving this right now. Marvel's probably behind the scenes thinking, oh my God, as soon as Captain Marvel and Thor Love and Thunder drop, we're going to be banking on all this crap. Let me tell you something, studios, if you're going to push to try to divide people with your fucking movies, you are going to lose so much cash. The funny thing is, folks, like for a while, the guys and I, we have plans to, evolve the channel, evolve the brand. We're filing for copyrights, doing all that stuff. That's why we don't have a merch store yet. And, Child of the Flower asked, where can I get the Wokebuster shirt? We used to sell it. I used to have that's what I did as a business beforehand. I had it, I would sell merchandise and shirts and shit. I made my own stuff and it was fine. And then the channel took off and it was even better. But we had these plans to do stuff to keep, everything the same with, how we interact, but make it bigger and better. And then every once in a while, we're like, well, what if, everything gets good again and we don't have anything to talk about? This solidifies the fandom menace forever because there's always going to be some dumb shit with a gauntlet. There's always going to be a Gone with the Wind being taken away or a Dukes of Hazzard or something. And you know what? There's going to be conversations to be had because that's what this is an open forum. I don't give a shit if you like what we say or dislike what we say. It's an open forum that's going to stick around, and it may take on the different forms. You may find us on a Discord server sooner than you think. You might find us on Gab or all these other places, but you're going to find us and we're going to have the conversation because the conversation we're having isn't screw this person or this ethnicity. It's everybody's cool. Let's just get over this bullshit, find the real problems, fix them, and then move forward as people. But you know what? That can't be because of the sensationalization of the news and Twitter and all the outraged people on the internet. They have to be a part of that. So,
Yeah, exactly.
let me read a few more of the super chats before we go to this video. I'm sorry, I keep talking about it. It's called I Take Responsibility, and it's the most cringeworthy thing I've ever seen. So up next, we have our friend, the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, who says, there is a bullshitter named Dion whose films likes I mostly agree on, but he spoiled the fun Dark Fate, seen a ton. If on fire, now I wouldn't pee on.
he had the spirit. He lost it halfway through, but god damn it, we'll give
He
it an A for
tried,
effort.
dang
He
it.
must be JJ Abrams.
tried.
I will say this.
Just like JJ fucked up the ending. God damn it, Chunky Monkey.
No, Hunky Chunky Funky, I will say this to everybody. If I ever seem to start through a super chat, sometimes punctuation, there's no periods here. So I kind of got thrown off. I'm like, this is all one big sentence. So that's why I was kind of like that. I don't think it's even him. It's just maybe me without a lack of a period or two. So I apologize to the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. But I agree, Dion. Terminator Dark Fate. Dude, why do you got to ruin the fun for everybody in society?
I'm sorry, the movie was just really bad.
And you know what? Last year, Tim Story directed Shaft and the Fantastic Four movies. Tim Story's out of this conversation. Tim Miller, the guy who directed the first Deadpool as well as Terminator Dark Fate, and did produce the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, well, last year was so vicious. Remember about a year ago at Comic-Con is when the whole Dark Fate wokeness happened. And guess what?
He's misogynists were gonna be scared. We were gonna be so scared with this fucking film, man.
Yeah, Well, what did he say? If you're misogynistic, she'll fuck you, or she'll
Scare the shit out of you.
Scare the shit out of you. Yeah, that's what it was. So it was something like that. I was just like,
but Nick, if you're open-minded, she'll do gangbusters to the tune of a flop, the worst performing Terminator film maybe ever.
Really? Even further than Gynesis?
I'll look it up right now.
Oh my god,
Dark Fate.
It was bad. It lost like $80 million.
But but this is
it did not do well.
Yeah, and I mean that's like once again like you can never catch lightning in a bottle like you did with T2. I'm sorry, you just can't.
Agreed. Real quick though, the movie had a budget of between 185 to 196 million dollars. It made 261 million dollars worldwide. So,
dude.
Now, also the critics. We want to talk about the critics score. Now, the fans actually liked this movie fairly, comparatively speaking. 70% from the critics, 82% from the audience. I think the movie sucked, but you know what?
No, wait. You said for Dark Fate it was 80%.
Yes.
That is bullshit. That is bullshit. That's fake. There's no way that the movie lost 70, $80 million and the fucking fan reaction is fucking 80%. There's no way that's real.
Well, that's what it is on here, and you know what? Rotten Tomatoes with their Star Wars and Captain Marvel reporting was very iffy. I don't know if this is another case. I wasn't going to try to read into it too terribly much. I know Knives Out seems a little whatever, but people liked that one too. So,
well, remember it took them a while to come out with Chappelle's stuff for the rating for his comedy special on Netflix.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Remember, it took them like a week for it to come out. It kept saying not available for I think for the audience score or something, but the critic scores were low. And then you found the audience scores like 98, 97, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're iffy, man. You can't. I don't think you can use them as like a barometer for what is really liked or anything like that anymore, because I don't know. They're just fishy, man. I don't like it.
Our friend Deadeye says, "Dear Hollywood, can you stop doing your job?" I don't know if it's what they're doing is their job. Their job is to entertain the people, not talk down to us. So,
hey man,
their job is to make money, and they keep trying to find a way to fuck it up.
Hey man, support independent film. That's what I always say.
Yeah, you know what? This isn't a plug for me or the books. We'll plug those later. But like honestly, if you don't like what Hollywood's doing, the internet's given a voice to a lot of people. Look at Ethan. Look at us. Look at Anna. Look at Nick with his films. People have a way to do stuff. Thanks to look at technology is not going to go backwards just because of some idiots on Twitter. Technology gets better and cheaper. You can get fantastic filmmaking equipment. You can get all the shit you need to do a comic book for a couple $100. I mean, if you even want to go the digital route, which is what I do, maybe you had $1,000 scrounge up, you could start your own publishing business and stuff like that. So the power is in a lot of people's hands. And I hope a lot of people realize what kind of people the actors are in Hollywood, what these producers and these other people think about you in middle America. They call them the flyover states. Like, remember how these people treat you, and then remember that when you're going to buy a ticket to go see X, Y, and Z. So just keep all that shit in mind. The Infinite Wonder says, have you watched Diamond Jack yet? I have not. We've been watching Parks and Rec like crazy, so I haven't watched anything besides that. And some other stuff's been going on. Check out Jesse's latest video. We got a couple things going on behind the scenes. Private Halo 117, thank you very much. He says, Seattle Sinton has a cop-free zone. Is that real?
Okay,
yeah,
it's getting reported. It's not something that they can enforce. I know there, a lot of people are trying to, shit on. Oh, Seattle's having a cop. Like, you can't have a cop-free zone. Like, you just.
I want to be safe. I don't.
What's happened is, what happened was a group of the protesters, and I don't know which group they're affiliated with, but I kind of have an idea. They went ahead and they cordoned off like this 6-block section of part of Seattle by the town, the government building there, like the town hall or whatever. And it's called like the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. And they say that, there's no cops there, and they are now in charge of said section, and they're not letting people in and out without inspecting their identification. They're doing like pat downs. There's also
who's
some.
doing this?
I don't know if we can say the name of that group.
Yeah,
but
we probably can't say it on YouTube.
Well, we'll talk about it after. We'll
It's
go into the details there. And
It's a group of
It's in the
people
chat.
claiming to be it. Yeah, they're saying in the chat. It's a group of people claiming to be there. Now all of a sudden, that's the other thing. There's sensational like this group of some organized bunch of motherfuckers. When it's no different than anything else. They just keep saying it. They keep saying that they're a part of it, and both sides of the media are eating that shit up because they're fucking stupid.
That sounds like some police state bullshit right there. If you have to like give your ID when you go in and out of the area,
I think they're doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't show my ID to people unless I'm buying booze or any kind of thing that requires it. If I'm gonna go, really, it's just booze these days, or maybe I want to make a big payment on like a debit card or a credit card, and then to see your ID. Who do these people think that they're gonna tell me I need to show my ID to walk into a city? What the fuck is this? This is America. When did we lose that right? We can travel between states. Are we going to lose that too? Do we need interstate passports? What the fuck?
Oh, don't say that.
Where is this entitlement coming from? Like, where do they think they can do this shit?
I don't know, but it's really funny that everything they supposedly are fighting against, they've turned into in a matter of days. They also,
it's funny how that works out, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like we're against authoritarianism. They create an authoritarian state with a warlord in charge. It's fantastic.
Dude.
They also the best thing to come out of this is so apparently to show how much of a community they were. They brought in a bunch of like homeless people to allow them to stay there and feed them and stuff. The homeless people stole all their food and left.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, dude, absolute power. Dude, absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's the fucking one of the oldest phrases out there, and it's
it is.
always true. You're never going to get any of these people that are going to be benevolent and want to work towards goals for society. It's power. I have the power. That's all they fucking want.
Yeah, they've essentially seceded that little 6-block section, and they even have a sign that says now entering the United States or now leaving the United States whenever you enter in their little zone of
get fucked, man.
Yeah.
Autonomous zone. So at this point, at what point do we just say, that's a rebellion, we should put it down? That'll make some headlines.
That'll put butts in the seats.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's that jeez, fucking stupid.
Oh, it's stupid, man. I did not know that. I don't really follow a lot of news. I
can't these days. I refuse to because it just makes me crazy. It's like, you know what? I'm walking away. I'm gonna watch some fucking TV, play some games, and whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Well, you know what? Do me a favor, Kendo or Nick or somebody, Dion. Get me like an article or something, or just hold on to it and remind me, because we'll make fun of all this. Not that, maybe not that specifically, but everything we've been talking about. Let's just keep it archived for Woke Busters. So, especially the entertainment stuff. But let's see. So enough of looking at Shaft. Nobody wants to see any more Shaft. Kendo, one of my favorite lines from Jay and Silent Bob is, the guy that looks like Shaft is the one who takes it or whatever. That's just, was it Hooper X, the character's name?
Yeah, which I wish his comic book was real.
When do you think Kevin Smith is going to come out and apologize for the representation of black people in his films? Next week? Tonight? Tomorrow?
Probably tomorrow.
It'll be within the next week, but he'll say he'll get a pass because he's part of the woke outrage.
Well, folks in the chat,
he'll make an apology video. He'll kneel in front of a bunch of black guys that are probably in his movies. Like Chris Rock, and then he'll be atoned for his sins.
All I'm hoping for is that he just doesn't do shit, because again, what is the purpose of all this anyway?
What is a Nubian?
Yeah.
Oh God, I think his film career or lack thereof is enough for that.
You ain't wrong, dude.
Yeah, because I mean, he's tried to make movies. He's tried to do his own thing. I mean, and they've all kind of just been like, fucking flops or whatever. So I don't know. He's tried and just can't seem to get get it going or whatever. I don't know. It's just, and he's the unofficial, I guess, god of the nerds or voice of the nerds or something the last 5 or 6 years because of all the stuff he said about Star Wars and the giant hour-long reviews he gave about those movies. It's just like, dude,
he never
shut up.
Said what part he was openly weeping at when he was there. He's
never revealed that.
Because they gave a performance of their lifetime. It's probably the CGI Leia.
Yeah.
or the Sporces.
I mean, I'd try if I saw Sporces. I think I'd get
Yeah.
it. Folks in the chat, let me know some of the stupidest things celebrities are going to apologize for in the coming weeks. To our friend Liquor Jim, he says, to Jeff, Dion, Nick, and Kendo, and all the viewers, keep working passionately towards your goals.
We will.
Nice.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a very nice positive message in these times. So, Liquor Jim, always, man, thank you. Our friend John Doe says, hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, right. Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan are awesome.
Wait, no. We can't say Hulk Hogan is awesome.
Oh, God damn it.
Can I tell
He
that
said some bad things in the past.
Dion, I'm going to tell that Hulk Hogan story real quick. You were there.
Okay.
We were at WrestleMania 35 in New York City last year. Great time in New York. Not that great of a WrestleMania because it was uncomfortable and the lights were in our eyes. But Hulk Hogan comes out. He's announced as the surprise guest of WrestleMania. Now, Dion's black. I think, right? Dion, you're black, right? Isn't that how it goes?
I think so.
So now, a couple years ago, Hulk Hogan got caught saying some terrible, repugnant shit on a video. And everyone has tried to, like, Tony Khan of AEW wants to blacklist him from their events, and everybody wants to say Hulk Hogan's a support and racist, and he needs to be canceled. He's one of the first people that I remember people wanted canceled, but he's not a big list celebrity anymore, so people don't talk about him. But I'll never forget, Dion's on one side of me, and these two random black dudes are sitting next to me, and I'm cheering for Hulk Hogan, and Dion's cheering for Hulk Hogan, and these other two guys are booing, and they're looking over at Dion scream his head off over Hulk Hogan. It was one of my favorite moments of our WrestleMania career.
Yep.
Well, I mean, like I grew up with Hulk Hogan in wrestling, man. I grew up with a lot of stuff, the cartoons, the movies, like all of it, man. You know, and like, nobody's perfect.
No, I'm not making excuses for the shit he said. Notice, folks, how I said the abhorrent shit he said. I'm not making excuses for it, but it's like the contributions to wrestling from Hulk Hogan are so big. Like, I like when people are like, well, Hulk Hogan sucks. He didn't do anything for wrestling. Bitch, if Hulk Hogan didn't wrestle, you wouldn't be watching wrestling because it'd be fucking, maybe you'd have Ric Flair, and you'd have these other guys of the NWA, and you'd have your territory systems. If you like wrestling, thank Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan and get off your fucking high horse. It
That's
wasn't
true.
you dudes, it wasn't what it is.
Yeah, that's true. Also Gremlins 2.
Yes, he saved that theater of people.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He was that much of a cultural icon. They put him in a fucking movie.
Dude, that is a fun scene.
Oh, it's, I love that scene every time it comes on. I'm just like, oh god damn it. That's just a time capsule to that era and like how like what he meant to pop culture at that time and everything. It's just so much fun.
Motherfucker had commercials in Japan.
Yes, he did.
Our friend Adam Walford says, Jeff, take a look at your Facebook post for me. I will, Adam. I'll go onto the Facebook after the show and I'll take a look at it. And if I forget, just remind me on Facebook or tag me again. K Stadium 42, K Stodum or Stodum 42 says, if you censor something, it will just make people look for it that much harder. Agreed.
This is very true.
Yeah.
And like I said, folks, earlier, if that's going to be the case moving forward, just go buy your physical media. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with going out and picking up a copy of Gone with the Wind. It doesn't make you a racist. It makes you somebody that respects film. It just wants to preserve what it is because, like I said, last week it was not an issue.
Yeah.
Hammond of Texas, thank you very much. He says, history is history, whether good or bad. Don't like the films, SJWs? Shut up and don't watch it. Problem solved. Here.
Hey, Hammond of Texas.
Yeah. Very sensible take on everything. I agree. Culture Casino, thank you very much for your unicorn sticker. Greatly appreciated. Our friend Ironcaster says, remember when the biggest problem was Dion's dark fate addiction?
Listen, we're still dealing with it behind the scenes. Okay, don't tell anyone.
The non-existent one. God damn it!
Calm yourself.
Mm-hmm. Dion, you just keep telling yourself that, and maybe even one day you'll believe it.
No, I will not say it for this.
I think that was my favorite line that somebody ever said to CM Punk. So,
wait, hold on. To talk to Hammond of Texas, Bartok of Chulak. You know what that means?
I don't, but you might.
It's a nerdy Stargate reference. He'll get it.
Oh, okay.
Dork.
Nerd.
By the way, those movies are fucking awesome. How crazy and violent and ridiculous were they?
What movie? Stargate?
No, well, the Nerds movie. Sorry,
that's another movie that they tried to cancel.
Oh god damn it, dude! Those movies are. I think they were on something the other day, and I watched those. Man, these movies, you could never make these movies now. Never.
Nope. Up next, we have our friend Stone Cold Jeremy. What? who says the removal of Gone with the Wind and the censorship of other movies is why I'm a huge proponent of physical media. I am too, and I hope that studios that are gonna follow the other side, because like if a company could cash in on this and say we're gonna put all of our movies on physical media longer for X, Y, and Z, and they start pumping out how was it Shout Factory Nick does those really deluxe versions of films?
Oh my god, dude, they have most of my money these days, and it's horrible. I've bought so many steelbooks and 4 Blu-ray releases and 4 disc specials from them. It's insane.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping companies do. They give us these nicer versions instead of this is another way to rip on Disney. Their Star Wars movies, the newer ones, it's just a disc and that's it. And sometimes it barely has any bonus features. If you're going to spend 35, 40, 50 bucks on a physical copy, I want a disc. I want bonus features. I'd like a nice slip cover, maybe a holographic slip cover, an action figure, something. And you're thinking, Jeff, that's crazy talk. Low budget cult classic films get that 4K treatment all the time, and fans keep it alive. It's interesting how when Hollywood needs to make a cheap movie, they make a horror movie, and sometimes when they need an idea, they rip it off from a horror franchise, because horror movies have the most dedicated fan base, hands down.
Yeah.
There are garbage. There's a movie called Frankenhooker, and people are a fan.
Yeah, Frankenhooker got a goddamn Blu-ray release.
I met her, Patty
As
Holmes.
it should have.
It's a fun, terrible movie.
Oh, it's great. But the thing is, these movies all have a life. They're able to be supported, and they continue to live because of the fans. And there's not this anti-fan movement. I think they need to follow suit with the horror movies and just be fan first. And it's funny too. Horror movies, they were looked at back in the day as anti-women. Roger Ebert hated Friday the 13th because he thought it was a response to the feminist movement in the 70s. Now they call for these movies as feminist icons. Jamie Lee Curtis is lauded. Laurie Strode beat the boogeyman. She's the strong female. Ellen Ripley, X, Y, and Z.
Oh god, you remember the leaps and bounds she had for the new Halloween movie, first movie with a female actress over 50, in America in 2018, and all the stipulations she had for the money it made.
We should give ourselves our own little made-up fucking awards and credentials.
Oh god. Well, speaking Jeff to the crazy amount of the physical media stuff. Do you remember the 5-disc Ghostbusters Blu-ray set?
The nice one that you were talking about?
Yes, it's actually on Amazon for $13 right now.
I'm buying it right now. Fuck.
So am I.
I want to make sure. Hold on, let me make sure it's $13. It might be the DVD version. Okay. Whoa.
What?
Holy shit! There's no way it's that much. Hold on. No, it's not. Sorry. False alarm. We're still good. Okay, it's fine.
It is or it's not?
You fucker.
It's good. We're fine. It's for a second I said $100. I was like, no way, it's that much.
You scared me.
Yeah.
Well,
Amazon with all their numbers.
Wait, which one am I buying?
The black and white one. I mean, the black and red one.
Well, there's
now
the
I'm looking
30th anniversary collection. How are you?
Oh, is it this one? The here? Well, shit, that's a Region 2 one. Shit. Anyway, I have a show to do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nick, send me a link.
I'll send it publicly or privately for all of us.
Bitch.
Or Cubby Bear, thank you very much, says, I'm pretty sure Billie Eilish is a garbage pail kid.
Because she's the bad guy.
Did I tell you guys I decided to change a little bit of the SJW cards? They're going to be more. They're going to be more like Garbage Pail Kids, not necessarily the art style, but in just that over the top craziness to make fun of it. So,
we should watch that movie.
Yeah,
or not.
It's terrible, but I will.
It's god awful. I think we could get people entertained by us watching it.
We need to get. We need to come up with some time soon, and we need to do ourselves another drunk watch party.
Yes,
I agree.
Up next, we had our friend Dr. Coffin Nails, who says 40 years ago, HBO was the channel that brought titties into our living room. Now they're taking the moral high ground.
It's funny how that works.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the whole Me Too movement. Hollywood's trying to champion that, yet they were the ones that were burying all the fucking sex scandals. But they were the authoritarians on how we should behave.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Exactly. 007 Cloud says Spooderman BLM edition. I remember Spooderman. Spooderman, Piderman, right? Is that it? Or no, Spooderman's just a meme. Sorry. And then we'll move on to our video finally from our friend Beth, who says, "Hey Jeff, I know Jesse is going through a tough time right now. Please give her a big hug for me." I will. Sadly, one of Jesse, and this is public, so I'm not putting any private information out there. One of Jesse's grandmas is, being put into hospice, so it's getting pretty serious. So it's just been a rough week for her. So if you're a subscriber to her channel or go subscribe, just shoot her, a little love, check out her video, because it's a tough time. I lost my grandma at the beginning of the year. It sucks. Even to this day, I still think about her because I was close with my grandma. I wasn't, talking about it because I'm looking for sympathy on the internet. Neither is she. We're both incredibly close with our family. My grandma was like my other parent. So I was bummed out. You guys heard the video, and there was a ton of positive outpouring and support. So thank you from months ago. And, the Fandom Menace, we all love each other, ELE. So just shoot a little lover there. And Beth, thank you very much. I told Jessie I sent that, and she was touched. So I appreciate that. Now, I want to talk about something that I don't appreciate. What we're about to talk about next. Goddamn. Are you guys ready for this?
I think so.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to show the video with the audio. I'm going to mute my mic so everyone can hear it. Be prepared for let's just laugh.
It's the worst 2 minutes of your life.
Yes. You guys ready?
I take responsibility.
Can you hear it?
I take responsibility.
Yeah.
I take responsibility. I take responsibility for every unchecked moment, for every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke. Every unfair stereotype.
Every blatant injustice, no matter how big or small.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality or turned a blind eye.
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets.
So what do you guys think of this so far?
I mean, so far I get what
hyperbolic statement.
It's hyperbolic, and they keep saying some shit that's good and then a lot of shit that's wrong.
We are no longer bystanders.
We
will not be idle.
The thing is, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, if these people want to do stuff, get out of your look at Stanley Tucci. I respect you as an actor. Get out of your fucking nice leather chair and go down the street and help people. Everybody here, Sarah Paulson, fuck off because you're not that great. All these people, go do something. Mark, you're not even that big of a star. Go do something, man.
Going for a job should not be a death sentence. Sleeping in your own home should not be a death sentence.
Playing video games with your nephew should not be a death sentence.
Shopping in a store
Sarah Paulson,
should not
how many
be a
black
death
people have you had in American Horror Story?
Business as usual should not be life-threatening.
This is the kind of stuff that's going on right now.
I stand against.
You know what? I'm done with it. Fuck this.
Yeah.
What do you guys? What do you guys think of this? This empty sentiment, like our friend Xenowork says, it's empty sentiment.
It's just like the song they were singing about, like, what is it? It gets better or some shit that they had. Imagine when the coronavirus was happening. It's like you are sitting in your fucking mansion getting Uber Eats and having whatever grocery shit delivered to you from Whole Foods. Like, calm the fuck down, man. Get off your high horse and actually, why don't you actually get in the street and do some shit? Actually give your time. Don't just give your money, give your time and actually see, show people that you actually care. Because it's easy to write a check. It's easy to go to these donation sites and like type in your fucking information and like click a couple buttons and be like, oh yeah, I donated, it's fine. And then tweet out your receipt saying you did. It's all fucking easy. Anybody can do it.
Famous.
I could give 2 fucks. I don't care how famous they are. If I put my face on 1,000 billboards across this country, I'll be famous too.
Yeah,
it's real easy. It's real fucking easy.
We should do that.
Yeah, don't give me ideas. But I fucking hate it, and I'm really happy. That's one thing I'm happy about in this year. It's that people are starting to see these celebrities for what they are. Just goddamn, just pieces of shit, and they don't care about anything. Their opinions flip flop, every fucking week, all the time. They're always part of these little we care videos when actually they really fucking don't care. They just want to do something because they're bored of their minds in their little fucking houses. It's just infuriating, and I fucking hate it. And I hope more and more people wake up to the fact that we don't need celebrities to keep making these talking points and keep making political ads and all these other bullshit things in the world. Like, their opinions do not matter. They are goddamn meat puppets. You give them a direction and a paycheck and some fucking kibble, and they'll do whatever you fucking want. They're empty vessels for nothing. Okay, they
stopped with "we don't need celebrities."
Well, I'm sorry. This is one thing that keeps coming up this whole year, and I fucking hate it. And I'm glad people are waking up to these asshole celebrities and seeing them what they are. They're assholes. I fucking hate it. I really do.
Yeah, and the thing is, people are always like, well, why do you guys not want celebrities to have the right to say their stuff? You can, but here's the thing. Celebrities play themselves off as martyrs. They also have a lot of influence. I think it's very disingenuous to use that influence when you have it. I think The Rock is the perfect example of a famous person. And I know he's my favorite. It sounds like, oh, Jeff. But I don't really hear when The Rock just talks about unity and peace. And one of my favorite things about The Rock is like somebody said, well, The Rock's a black actor, blah, blah, blah. And The Rock's like, no, I'm as black as I am Samoan. Like, he doesn't,
And you know what he didn't fucking do?
What?
Join a fucking compilation video.
No, because he's above that.
And that's what pisses me off. Again, I hate when people will say something meaningful or true and use that for something else. So obviously, it shouldn't be a crime to go to the store or sleeping in your own apartment. But I have a lot less faith in what the fuck you just said when you have a prepared statement that is part of a compilation video with a bunch of other fucking famous people.
Yeah.
If they had all said, it had personal videos that wasn't reading off of a goddamn teleprompter, or in this case, flashcards, whatever the fuck. Like, don't do that video, and I can see your fucking eyes looking off to the side, reading off of a goddamn flashcard. That's insulting. You you want to use Instagram, you want to use Twitter, have a fucking 2.5, 3.5 minute video of you honestly being like, listen, I didn't know this thing, It's just you talking like a normal human being. But you and Julianne fucking Moore and the dude from The League, which I used to love that fucking show, and all this other bullshit, you guys are saying the thing so it looks good in a compilation video. That's part of the fucking problem. And don't get me wrong, people getting judged and being a person of color and having a higher probability of things happening to you is bad enough. But don't pander. Don't fucking pander to me, because I don't believe a word you just fucking said. I fucking hate that. Don't say something that's a real issue and I can see your eyes jumping to the side to read off the fucking flashcard. Because you don't have the fucking stones, Julianne Moore, to be vulnerable on fucking camera, and stutter a little bit and maybe share some of those fucking personal stories. Don't. If your idea is to repeat the same phrase of, I take responsibility, you're saying that because the other asshole said it because the asshole before her said the same goddamn thing. That's what pisses me the fuck off.
Now, do you think if they were actors, they would be really good at being able to remember lines and act like they actually care?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and also they're so removed from normal society. They have no idea what's going on. They're just absorbing it through Twitter and through television. They're not in the streets. They're not out there protesting. They're not doing anything. They see these links and they see these opportunities and they just be like, oh look, I gave so much of my money to these causes. I'm a good person now. Give me a retweet, please. Don't forget me ever. It's like. It's so disingenuous and so much bullshit.
Well, aren't these the same people that, not these specific actors, but like a Kathy Griffin, all these people that were going to move to Canada at the end of 2016, like all this hollow.
Yeah, they're still here.
Yeah, they're still here, folks. They're still making millions of dollars and getting tax breaks and other crap too. They're not like us. They're not regular people. They're not out there fighting the good fight. And the thing is, you don't even have to fight the good fight. They're not actually going to fucking work. Look at Kendo. Everyone, and Dion too. Kendo and Dion have worked the entire time through this stupid. Break. Every day, Kendo is at work. Dion's at work. Dion's dealing with. There's not even there was that riot before any of this other stuff happened about the Michigan opening back up. I mean, you're out there doing stuff. We have a lot of people. We have Jeff the Iron Wolf's the truck driver out there. Every day he posts about like, hey, I'm good at my job. They make me do more and stuff like that. We have other listeners out there that are in the military and other shit like that. They're actually contributing to society. But you got these people that just want to talk down to us and be like, yo, this is how you need to go. And
I said in a black and white filter, so that means that I'm being sincere. It's fucking Aaron Paul sitting with his hands together. Bitch, you're reading a prepared statement. That's about as genuine as Chris Brown's apology after he beat the shit out of Rihanna. Don't fucking sit there and read a prepared statement to me, bitch. In a compilation video? Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's like YouTube's end of the year fucking thing where they're fucking trying to pat all these shitty ass creators on the back. That's not
Will Smith. That video was terrible.
Yeah, with Will Smith talking about, I want Marcus Brownlee. Bitch, you know who Marcus fucking Brownlee is. Shut the fuck up. And now we got, I take respect. No, you fucking don't. You wrote a check. Are you out there protesting? Are you out there advocating for specific communities or specific programs in certain communities? Are you out there giving your time to Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and shit like that? No, you're fucking not. You just made a fucking video. I fucking hate Bill Belichick, but that dude spends a lot of money and shit on community shit in New England, and he's not out there bragging about it. People ask why. He goes, "Yeah, I mean, I do stuff. I don't want to talk about it." That's how you should fucking do it. Fucking, looking in the camera, and Aaron Paul's gonna take a deep breath. I take responsibility. You could have fucking get your phone out like the rest of us and have a fucking create a dialogue. That's fucking bullshit. I don't want to see that shit. You don't give a shit about me. If I got fucking gunned down in my fucking parking lot, you gonna make another compilation video, bitch? I don't want to hear that. If someone looks at my wife because she happens to be married to a black dude, are you gonna retweet your fucking compilation video, Aaron Paul? You gonna take responsibility for that? No, you're fucking not. You're not even gonna fucking hear about it. I want to hear that shit. And that's what it's just this disingenuous because they want to feel good. I made my Instagram profile picture black, and I posted. I said I take responsibility. You don't even know what that phrase fucking means. You haven't known what taking responsibility for anything means for 20 fucking years, Julianne Moore. I want to hear that bullshit.
Yeah. Now, two things I want to address quickly. One of the listeners was asking about Celebration. Folks, I don't know if Celebration's canceled or not. They haven't officially canceled, but I'm going to guess they are. The Olympics are pushed back. Comic-Con's canceled. E3's canceled. I know Disney World's trying to open in a month from now. Disneyland's trying to open up next month. I don't know. I have purchased the tickets. So it's in some way I will be there, Jesse, and if you guys can make it out, I know because of all the shit we don't know exactly, but in some
travel problems and things like that. Guy I work with, he was supposed to be going to some place next month, and the airlines, he's tried several airlines, and they're like, sorry, we can't fill the planes, we can't run those routes.
Damn, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So
he's just going to drive to Florida.
But now the one thing I do want to address too is like Salvador says, these are all actors. How are we supposed to believe anything they say?
Exactly. Boom.
You're a professional fake.
Yeah. They get paid. They get paid to play pretend. Yeah, that's what they do.
Yep. And they run out and tell everybody about all the good deeds they did because they are the fucking epitome of egomania.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Slap dicks.
Prefer slap nuts. He's a terrible wrestler, though.
That's Mr. Slap Nuts to you.
Yeah. Hey, when he clobbered canceled because he clobbered Beetlejuice, a black guy, over the head with a guitar.
And he's from Tennessee.
That's right. He stole an American hero's wife.
Oh my, he did. An Olympic gold medalist who won with a broken freaking neck.
That's right. Cancel Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett. Hashtag.
Friend it.
That's our Coos Bros.
Yeah. Stompy Beardo, you wanted us to have a booth at Star Wars Celebration. I don't know how we could get one, and the prices would be astronomical. If we're paying,
they would be up there.
Full transparency, it's like $500 to go to Horror Hound minimum. I can't imagine what Star Wars Celebration would be.
All the money.
I mean, do we want to start a GoFundMe to get a Phantom Menace booth?
Oh my god, dude! I think we could. I think we'd have that money in about 24 hours.
Yeah, we could have it in 24 hours. Oh my god, we should do that.
I was going to say we should do a GoFundMe to have our own convention, but that's just people buying tickets.
Well, that's going to be a thing, Kendo. And if anyone out there goes, "Oh, the Fandom Menace meetup was such a great idea. This convention was a great idea," 100% Kendo's idea. He took it.
That's true.
Last year at Star Wars Celebration. So if when this thing happens and everyone's like, "Oh, this is such a great time," I want to thank everybody. Thank Kendo. It was his idea, 100%. The three of us were just like, "That's a great idea," and he talked to Jeremy directly, and we started all trying to get the things moving. So just remember, thank Kendo. Hashtag.
You can go, hashtag thank Kendo. Let's get it trending along with hashtag cancel Jeff Jarrett, hashtag slapnuts, and go ahead and just DM me, and I'll give you my PayPal information if you just want to go ahead and donate to the cause of Kendo. I'll figure out where to give it. Probably my offshore bank account, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Start
with it for myself.
Start getting a Venmo and giving that thing to everybody.
And one other thing, folks, Superman Adam Shaw is asking about Horror Hound in September. If it's going to be going on, which it apparently is now still, we're going to be there. That's going to be our thing. So if they have it, We will be there 100%. We don't skip Horror Hound now. The only reason we did that show is because it's regionally perfect for me, Dion, Nick, and Kendo to get together over the course of a weekend. I'll still come into town for it every time, and we'll start maybe branching out and doing more stuff so we can meet more people. But and yes, we'll hire plenty of security for the Fandom Menace celebration meetup stuff. So
yeah, and you're in charge. You're the COO or CSO.
Yes, agreed.
What are they gonna do? Like have signs outside saying, hashtag cancel Fandom Menace?
Hey, you know what? Let them buy tickets and come in and bitch to us directly. I don't care.
Well, here's what we do. All four of us stand outside. Then they won't say shit.
Hashtag fuck one of those 4 guys.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like if we stand outside, they're not going to say shit to us. Be like, oh damn, we better leave. It's like, yeah, you better fucking leave.
Yeah,
and that's the truest thing ever. Everyone loves to talk tough, but when you gotta say it to a motherfucker's face, people can't speak. All of a sudden, they need permission and they need backup, and
Dion, they don't have balls.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
The soy shrank them.
Ooh. So let's see. We have our friend. Oh, crap. I'm playing my own video. I don't want to play my own video. Dr. Coffin Nails, we read his. Beth, thank you very much. Culture Casino says, the sadness of the internet, ... Dude, it's the sadness of society because the internet, it feels like it's one and the same at times because of the way people talk about it. And I would say maybe it's not. Hopefully it's not, but it feels like that. That's why I said it the way I did. Excuse me. Barney Spaceosaurus Reeks says, Barney the Spaceosaurus Woke Reeks says, Kendo Slice's quote of the people are acting like it's 1820, not 2020 needs to be turned into a shirt or a bumper sticker. It can be. Should we have bumper stickers up by next week?
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll put them on Etsy or something. I'll make a quick Etsy store.
There you go.
I'll get some printed up. And I'm not joking. Seriously, if you guys would want that, press 1 in the chat. It would take a couple hours to make it happen. We'll put little World Class Bullshitters logos and all that fun stuff too. But thank you, Barney Spaceosaurus Woke Reeks. And if we do it, send me an email and we'll send you a couple since you came up with that. Snell World, thank you very much. Amazon wants to take Dukes of Hazzard off of its streaming service, even though if they have watched it, they would be able to see it's not even racist. Well, Snell World, we did talk about that briefly, but I do want to bring this up since you did send in the super chat. Like I said, I don't know about the show. It doesn't appeal to me. I love the horn, the car horn. It's in Grand Theft Auto. It's Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it is.
One thing, and I'm not trying to get into that for the whole show, but I am so worried about Grand Theft Auto 6. Because if we look at The Last of Us 2, which is going to look at that, even Neil Druckmann's like, I don't know if people are going to like the game. Like, I got a video that's going to drop the day that the game drops, so I got to start getting that prepared for this week. But that Grand Theft Auto is my favorite series, and it's probably just going to suck. But they're going to go that route, and I'm afraid they will, because Rockstar has definitely changed their culture, especially with the Red Dead stuff, and people were outraged. I want Grand Theft Auto. If Grand Theft Auto had the balls that it used to have, they would be poking fun at this. Grand Theft Auto 7, which whenever it comes out, or maybe they rewrite DLC for Grand Theft Auto 6, and they make it, they're parodying society today. Parody is the most powerful tool out there, folks. I suggest everybody read up on it and learn how to do it. Parody, satire, all that stuff, because you can really make people think with comedy. Mm-hmm. And that is the power of, words are the most powerful thing in the world. But if you can make the people think with that, you're going to win. So use your words for good. And, like I said, Snell World, I haven't seen the Dukes of Hazzard. I don't know the shit. But, I know black people that like the show. I know white people that like the show. So it's just a generational thing, too. Like, it's such an odd choice. It's a show from, 1979 is when it debuted?
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, what is the point? Like, Amazon probably has, I don't know, maybe 10,000 people a month stream the Dukes of Hazzard. And you know what?
Maybe.
People aren't running out. We probably have more people that watch Fandom Menace stuff than the Dukes of Hazzard on Amazon at some points. And you know what? That's cool. Just let people watch the show and move on. It's not hurting society. The Dukes of Hazzard, it didn't do anything that makes society shit today. And they didn't set a precedent decades ago either.
Yeah, man, it's weird. I just like you're targeting that show because of like the Confederate flag on the roof of the car. That's why. That's the whole reason.
That's it.
And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Fuck the Confederate flag. But their context is important. The show was in the.
It is.
I mean, obviously, no one's like, you know what? I want to have a Confederate flag on my fucking car. Some people are. If you want to, fuck them. I mean, whatever, dude. Don't lose sleep over it. But goddamn, man, it's the TV. Some things can be a product of their fucking time.
Well, you'll love this because this is the most American thing ever. You remember when Amazon like took off the Confederate flag and all the memorabilia off of Amazon?
Yeah.
Well, people wanted to buy it, so my family owns gift shop stores in Gatlinburg. So we were selling Confederate flag stuff, beer holders, tank tops, all this stuff, and we had flags as well, and they were all made in China. So you had a bunch of Indian people selling Chinese-made Confederate flags to a bunch of white people. That is the most American thing ever.
Right. Like
cancel Nick.
If you saw the things we had in our store to make some money, you'd probably say that.
Yo, sometimes it's the little victories, man. Nobody, fuck the Confederate flag, but people selling them made in China to people in fucking God, that's a victory in and of itself, man. Like, fuck them. Like, they want to buy it, you can buy it. You're buying it from an Indian family, motherfucker.
I'm all for that. It's hilarious. It's
context.
Hilarious. And like we don't say shit. They buy it. They buy by the truckload, man. It's wonderful. Let me tell you.
No fuck. You want to buy? Obviously, I'm not saying, people go about, waving it around. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But goddamn, let let. Like I said, how is that not a win? How is that not a fucking win? Plus, it's made in China. That does not get funnier.
It says it in text you can read. Like you hold it a foot in front of your face, you'll see "Made in China" in black and white. It's right there on both sides of the packing. I'm not even kidding. It's not like in really tiny foot text. No, it's on both sides in black and white. You can see it.
Yeah, man. Let people buy it, and you can identify them as assholes. Yeah, fuck it. That's a win.
And even better, we raised the price by $5 and they still sold out.
Yeah,
dude.
That's America right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Here.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
JSP says, speaking of blaxploitation, watch Trouble Man and Truck Turner. All right. Wait, wasn't the Trouble Man soundtrack the thing that Captain America got?
Marvin Gaye. That's the name of the album. Yeah, that's the name of an album for sure. I didn't know it was a movie either. I didn't know that.
Trouble Man, 1972.
Christopher Richshot, thank you very much. He says, I guess they forgot slavery has been a part of the human history for centuries in multiple cultures, not just in America. So I guess we're going to wipe out everything. So does that mean that we're never going to get another movie set in Egypt? We can't show the pyramids in film anymore?
That's what someone brought up someone mentioned that comment earlier. Like, let's tear down the fucking pyramids. But no, that would be nuts. We don't want to do that. It was built by slaves. Yeah, but it's historical.
Same thing with the Taj Mahal. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the Taj Mahal. Built over 20 years by slaves. You want what happened to them afterwards? Read the Wikipedia page. I'm not going to say it.
Yep. Great Wall of China. How many folks didn't go home in the process of how long it took to build that? We're gonna tear that down. Some of them are still in the mortar of that wall. You want some dark ass history? There are fucking skeletons in the mortar of the goddamn wall.
Yeah, there are. So I'm just saying, like, where do you draw this line? Come on now.
They don't know. They're just moved the goalpost back. I think we should start making fun of hashtag cancel history or something. So
God, we should also do the positivity thing with like, with all these movies we love. It's like, hey man, great movie. Thanks for all the laughs or whatever, or the good times or something. Like do it with Eddie Murphy movies, Lethal Weapon, whatever. Just all the stuff we like. And just put like hashtag positivity or something on it. Create a hashtag for it, and we start putting it out all the time or something.
Yeah, I'm all about the positivity. I mean, I'm still gonna, no matter how pissed or how fired up I get, I'm still gonna end every video and stream with "Be excellent to each other." I stand by it, like fully, 100%. You can't bastardize that message at all. Just be excellent to each other.
You can't.
So we also have our friend Mr. Happy Sack who says they have to delete all of the Spartacus movies now due to slavery. There we go. Continuation of that. I'm Spartacus.
Yo, Jackie Chan drops the N-word in Rush Hour. Since the context doesn't exist.
Yes, he does.
We gonna get rid of that?
You might. I love the great buddy cop movies. The black white dynamic, the black Asian dynamic. It doesn't even matter. But the best buddy cop movies tend to have one black character, one white or Asian character. So, and it's great too because those movies, with the exception of 48 Hours, none of them are about the racial differences. Now, Beverly Hills Cop kind of skirts at it a little bit, but they pull it back quickly. And like I said, realistically, the only person that brings attention to Axel Foley's race is Axel Foley.
Yeah.
That's why I think that movie should always.
How can me, a black man?
Yes. And you can't go into the Beverly Palm Hotel because, well, we know the rest. So I'm not.
Oh my god, dude. I can't watch those movies without thinking about you guys ever. I'm just every time. Damn it. I love those movies so much.
Those movies are the movies of our friendship.
Shit, that movie's so ingrained in me. I forgot that I used a Beverly Hills quote when I got to fucking Star Wars Celebration in Chicago.
Sure you did.
It's just a part of my goddamn. I fucking totally forgot that I did that. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
And it was so loud that inside of a loud bar, I could hear it in the bathroom.
Oh man.
Cadis82, thank you very much. He says, "What about Four Brothers?" I like that movie. You guys like that movie?
Shit, dude. Yeah, Four Brothers. Oh my god.
Yep.
It was Mark Wahlberg, Garrett Hedlund,
Tyrese
Gibson, and who's the other one?
Andre 3000?
Yes, Andre 3000. Yep.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Now that movie won a BET award for Best Actor and more.
Yeah.
Did Mark Wahlberg win a BET award?
Maybe he did. But I got great news. If you have VH1, it's on TV Saturday night at 8:00.
Hey.
Yeah, it is. And let's not always forget two people. Mark Wahlberg got convicted of a hate crime.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, sure did.
We're gonna pull Four Brothers.
They're trying to. Did you see the stuff on Twitter? How people are going after Mark Wahlberg?
I did see that. Like,
man, Four Brothers has a great cast. It's got Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese Gibson, Andre Benjamin, Garrett Hedlund, Terrence Howard. I don't know who Josh Charles is. It has Chitwell Ejiofor. That guy's a great actor. I
love him, man.
No one can say his name though. He's an actor with a name that no one can say.
That's why, unfortunately, probably why he doesn't get cast very often.
He was in the Serenity. Oh, Sofia Vergara's in that movie. Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, she's Tyrese's wife.
Yeah, and then we have Taraji P. Henson. Whatever. It's got a great soundtrack too, folks. If you haven't seen Four Brothers, it's a fun action movie. I don't know where it's streaming right now. It's not one that I'm going to say throw down tons of money to watch. If you rent it for
it's a fun movie.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie. For
$3.
Yeah. I know. Sure. I know. Chitwell. He was in Inside Man. I was watching it with my mom the other night, and like they love that movie. They're just like, holy. Well, they got real excited at the beginning because of the Indian music as well in the beginning.
I fucking downloaded that song because of Inside Man. I fucking love that song.
You have no idea how old that song is because I've heard it ever since I was a kid. I was like, I know what movie.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's like 30 years old, isn't it?
It is, dude. It really is.
How to chain ya, how to chain ya. How about chain ya? How to chain ya? How to chain ya. What? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're talking about Yoko Ono.
That's what I heard.
Maybe. I fucking love that song, dude. I love that movie. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
No. How old your mama, Nick?
Old enough, damn it, old enough.
Okay, just making sure. No, just to get to know you. No personal reasons.
Calm yourself, damn it, calm yourself. And all I'm gonna say is that in October there is the volley party. That's all I'm saying.
Oh baby, know where I'm going in October.
What party?
The volley. It's Indian New Year.
Oh, okay. Andrew Casey says the triple P's, the pricks of personal privilege.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, man. Salvador says, time to cancel anything constructed using labor, pyramids, Great Wall, monuments, etc. There have been a cutoff somewhere. Either it goes all or none. Either it all goes or none. Salvador, we did, I wish I would have saw this earlier because we just mentioned it, but yeah, where does it end? I mean, you can make fun of this stuff and say we should get rid of this, that, and the other and talk about everything. I mean, eventually we're just going to get rid of Earth because whatever people, because all
throw it away, we screwed up, start again.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, let's go to Mars right now, man. I know we don't have the technology, we're not prepared or anything, but let's just go.
Shit. Elon's even running his mouth nowadays too. Shit.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, I don't trust that guy's judgment anymore after he named his kid whatever. But
A 12, 13, 7,
I'm just
X2.
like, dude, you name a star that. You don't name a child that. So.
Yeah, well, what did he get the bingo numbers off of a fortune cookie thing? Is that what he named his kid?
Well, I think Elon Musk has proven himself to be a robot, and he just malfunctioned.
I think you're right.
Andrew Casey says, Hell Thud. Yeah, we want a job, Elon. Call us up. 818 blah blah blah. That ain't my area code.
Clearly, we're going to do marketing.
Yes.
Yeah, 8675309. Okay, come on now.
Yeah, ask for Jenny. Andrew Casey also says more like Wokinator dork fart. Now, people are chiming in. Barney the Spaceosaurus Woke Reeks says Dark Fate audience score was rigged. Remember the rigging Captain Marvel audience's score? You tell him, Dion.
That's right,
shit, dude.
They changed their whole policy too for Captain Marvel. You had to have a specific, what was it called, a verified account.
Yeah, verified account, and like it was such a weird thing that only they did it for only that movie. It's like, why that movie only?
Yep.
You know, I was thinking, Dion, if we have a segment every once in a while where you drop some truth bombs, we should call it "Tell 'em, Dion." Dion, tell him, and then you just go into it, and you have the floor for a couple of minutes. I think that'd be a fun concept.
I like it. I like that idea.
Well, you know what? Let's try it next week, dude. Come up with something that you care about, that you're fired up about.
Oh, I'm sure the news will give them plenty.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
And Nick and Kendo, if you have something you want to talk about too, always, this is our show, man. So don't ever feel like I want to say something to. No, obviously everybody's got the same voice. By the way, I did want to make this announcement. I haven't even told you guys off air yet. The week of July 4th, we're not going to have a podcast. So the exact date. I'll be traveling. Other people are going to be traveling.
I think it's. I think the 4th is on Thursday. I want to say.
Saturday. No, it's a Saturday.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So we're not going to have a show on what's the date? Oh yeah, the
July 2nd.
The 9th. Well, I mean, if we can't do the 2nd or the 9th, I mean that's fine. I definitely will be out of town for the 9th, so I was just going to be like, nah, I'm not going to try to do a podcast from Cincinnati.
That's fine. Yeah. So then we won't have it the 9th then.
Yeah, the 9th. We'll call it. So folks, spend time with your family, have a fuckload of beer, and just have a good day. I was thinking this is going to be a really weird 4th of July because I think a lot of people are going to try to, like these crazy people on Twitter, are going to try to co-opt it and make it something it's not.
I'm sure they will try some shit.
God, you're right. Oh my God.
I'm going to say just go get drunk and eat hot dogs, folks. That's the most American thing.
Oh man, well, once again, let's reiterate that message that Jeff always says: be excellent to each other, hang out with your friends, your family, whoever makes you happy, and drink some beer, have some hot dogs, have a good fucking 4th. Yeah, just have a good goddamn time.
Break your social distancing, make some new friends, get laid, whatever. Just be
man. Just have a good fucking time. Fuck it all.
Yeah, including the hot dogs if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah, man. No judgment here. We don't kink shame
unless you're kink. It's kink shaming. Now, our friend Maldus Albert, thank you very much. He sends in 2 super chats in a row, and I'm going to read those both. We'll talk about them. He says, first off, I can't wait for Hollywood to make a Chaz movie. Now, are we talking like Chaz Bono, or is this like a Mahler joke that I've missed out on? Do we know who Chaz is?
I think Kendo does. I think it's a
from
TV
show, right?
Yeah.
Chaz takes over the world or whatever.
Chaz.
That place up in Seattle.
Okay. Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, my bad. Because the next one, our friend Maldus also says, Schmuswant is a Seattle city councilwoman who is a member of the Socialist Party. So I guess it's all one big thing. You think we'll ever have movies made about this?
For sure, dude. 100%.
Now
100%.
Now, by the time we make movies about this stuff as a society, do you think that they'll actually tell the real story and they'll show it, or they're going to try to fictionalize it and make it?
Does Hollywood ever tell the accurate real story? Look at Argo that we talked about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Dude, I hate to say it. Look at Straight Outta Compton. Dr. Dre hit that woman in the face. They didn't.
No, he did. No, exactly. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things
down the stairs.
Yeah. I mean, it's just for money. That's why in the beginning they can say, made from actual events or similar events or whatever. Like they can put that little disclaimer in the beginning, and it's basically like using the same thing as satire or spoof. So.
Let's see. Andrew Clark says, thoughts on Undercover Brother. Seen Big Ideas yet? Clearly I haven't because I don't know how to pronounce the name. I keep forgetting. I'll make a note. But Undercover Brother was awesome, and I saw it in theaters.
I did too. I messed around in theater too. That was what, fucking 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I love Undercover Brother. I think they did a part 2 on Netflix, and it's interesting. Those Netflix sequels, they need to kind of quit doing that. They kind of ruin shit doing that.
Oh, they definitely
no shit.
They did an Inside Man sequel on Netflix. Don't watch it. For the love of God, do not watch it.
It's terrible.
Oh my God, it is so bad.
That was Denzel, right? Inside Man.
The first one, yeah. The second one is some random black dude.
There's no second one to me.
Pretty much, yeah. It's bad.
Now, have you guys heard the rumor? This is a quick topic change. That Beyonce has been cast in an undisclosed Marvel role, and people are suggesting she's been cast as the new Storm.
That's
I heard that. I saw that she was maybe cast in Black Panther, but I wouldn't. Listen, if anything that we learned in 2019 was a reminder for Lion King that fucking Beyonce cannot act. It is not worth trying to get her fans who have terrible taste in things as it is. They're not going to come see this movie because listen, she can sing. She's, kind of talented in other areas. The girl can't act. Just fucking stop it.
Well, I think if you want a terrible casting choice for an X-Men film, Beyonce as Storm is, I can't think of a worse one. Because you're going to, she's a fine singer. Her music's popular. She might be a nice person. I'm gonna guess she's a diva, like who else? Like a Barbara Streisand or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that. But why would you want to put is that where Marvel's going because they know their characters ain't popular anymore? Let me rephrase that. Let me walk that back 20 seconds. Do they realize that their most popular characters are either dead or not coming back? The actors aren't playing the roles anymore, so they're really going to try to get big celebrities to play these characters and hope that I'm going to go support Beyonce as Storm because she's a real queen. No, she's not. She's just like the rest of us. That chick has no royalty in her blood.
Well, yeah, I really okay. I mean, it's gonna be funny if they release the Storm movie before they release New Mutants because New Mutants ain't never coming out. But I mean, for them to jump back into the whole mutant thing, I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's more for Black Panther than anything. I think they're going to put her in there because,
well, remember she marries T'Challa.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's probably what's going to happen, and that's probably what how it's going to go down. Because I don't know that's the only thing that makes sense to me. I mean, for them to go back into the mutant thing all of a sudden, or if they're going to do Storm's backstory, that's really weird. If they're gonna do a one-off Storm movie for the
and then you're gonna pick a bitch who's almost 40.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do that. That doesn't make. But then against Hollywood, who knows? It might be the Storm backstory. Who the hell knows?
Now, here we go. This is Beyonce dressed as Storm at a Halloween party for Sierra or a birthday party for Sierra. I mean, she looks fine, but you got to be able to act.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about the acting.
The only movie I liked her in was Cadillac Records.
Was she in Cadillac Records? I thought she was.
She was. She was.
She was. Know that.
Yeah, she had the blonde wig on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Her, Adrian Brody, Jeffrey Wright.
You love Jeffrey Wright,
dude. I love that. Ever since Shaft, I love that man, and he is. He needs to be more shit. Okay, he needs to be more stuff. He's amazing.
Peoples Hernandez.
Yeah, Thank you, Peoples Hernandez. I am happy. He's the FBI. Yeah, he's the FBI guy in the Bond movies. Makes me happy, but it's kind of like oh man, he needs to do more shit.
Yes, Celestially Epic. I agree. I think Phase 4 is going to be a train wreck. But I mean, I want to hear what people's thoughts about this because I'm not gonna say you don't need a real African person to play Storm. You can have a black person from Britain play Storm or a black woman from Russia, because remember they're all supposed to be in Chernobyl season 2, right? Oh wait, why was it season 2 about that?
Oh shit.
But my point is I don't really care if they look the part and they can act it fine. Beyonce looks fine, she's got a nice body, whatever. She's built like a superhero would be. The way they draw Storm in the comics, she's built like that. But I've seen Goldmember. Chick can't act.
Oh
my gosh, she was so bad.
She was not born to act. She was born to sing and do her stuff.
When they wrote the fucking blocked out text part, and you can tell they wrote that because she has no comedic bone in her fucking body. Oh my god, that movie stops dead in its fucking tracks.
It does. It fucking does right there.
So bad. And and no one could tell you. You know that they wrote that because they tried. They tried. I can't imagine how much shit they tried for her to be funny, and she probably failed every single fucking time.
Child of the Flower makes a good point. Chadwick Boseman isn't African or British. He plays T'Challa. Yes, I agree.
Motherfucker's from North Carolina.
Yeah, he is.
And Wakanda's not real.
One thing, I remember the article that they had him where he did the arm cross thing, and when he first did it, he was like, "Yeah, awesome." And then he did it a couple of times. He just kind of halfway did it.
That picture is so goddamn funny. He's literally just you can hear him exhaling when he's doing it. God damn it, it is so funny, dude. Holy shit.
Now, Storm. Let's see, is the descendant of an ancient line of African priestesses who all have white hair, blue eyes, and the potential to wield magic. So she's from Kenya, and she married an American journal. The Storm is part Kenyan, part American. And she's actually, technically, she's from America. According to the X-Men Wikipedia page, Storm was born in Manhattan. She was 7 months old. Her parents moved to Cairo, Egypt at the age of 5 during a bombing in the Arab-Israel conflict. A plane crashed into their home. Her parents were killed, but she survived, and that is why she is claustrophobic. I didn't realize that was the story. I just knew from the cartoon.
Yeah, because she was under the rebel for 2 days or something.
I wonder why she didn't go after Tony Stark. Oh, wait. That's, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I didn't like that storyline thing. Remember, we were waiting for 2 days before your missile blew up. I'm like, okay. It's fine. I get why they were evil, but I thought Aaron Taylor Johnson was a terrible Quicksilver at the end of the day.
He was. I remember being so hyped at the end of Winter Soldier, and then seeing it in Age of Ultron. I was like, yeah, they fucking honeydicked us with Pietro and Wanda for sure.
Yeah, because they were what are they called? Miracles? No, they were called Marvels because the word mutant was copywritten somehow.
Yep.
Either way, corporate stuff is corporate BS. But I just wanted to know what everyone thought about the Storm stuff. I hope she's not Storm. I know people are just talking about it. It's going to be part of the news cycle for the weekend and stuff like that. That's cool. That's awesome. That's great and grand. I'm just saying I don't think she should be playing Storm because she can't act. And she's too old. I think she's too old.
Yeah, she is. And I'm calling it.
40, dude.
I'm calling it. She's in Black Panther too. I'm calling that.
Yeah, I mean, and people will be like, well, because wasn't Angela Bassett, didn't she play T'Challa's mom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, she plays some smaller part in Wakanda. That's fine. I honestly, too, I don't want to see Black Panther 2 take place in Wakanda that much. Because if we look at a lot of Black Panther comic books and other forms of entertainment, he comes to America and does stuff. Why don't
really?
Yeah,
there's after Daredevil comes back from being the demon, he fucking takes over Hell's Kitchen for a while.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, the Black Panther, the first film, took place all over the world. He went to Korea in the beginning, right? That's where they were doing that James Bond shit. They were in the casino.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing about the Black Panther movie is, if you take the politicization out of it, it's a fine movie. It's not.
Yeah, it's a decent movie.
It's a fun movie.
It's right at the middle of the MCU, maybe slightly higher. I wouldn't put it slightly lower. It's just fine. The movie itself isn't a problem. The movie marketing really wasn't even a problem. It was the people on the internet that tried to turn it into this cultural event. And then with Captain Marvel, then they started to buy into their own hype. Because Captain Marvel, look at as much as I'm okay with Black Panther, it showed Marvel that this diversity advertising thing. I don't even want to call it that because I don't want to disparage people from any walk of life, but whatever you're going to call it, we're going to promote it because it's the first black X, Y, and Z, and it's the first woman X, Y, and Z. Like Shang-Chi, I swear to God, they're going to tell everyone this is the first Asian American, blah, blah, blah. Look, we had Bruce Lee 40 years ago. Dude's dead. 50 years ago. Shit. Because Enter the Dragon was 73. So we're almost to that point. 47 years ago. I don't want to hear about how Marvel's breaking the color barrier. Marvel, you haven't done shit for society in decades. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, Don Heck, and the other guys, Marie Severin in the Marvel bullpen, Flo Steinberg. Yeah, they were putting out books that did have a cultural message, that was an allegory for X, Y, and Z, and that did promote unity and acceptance and that stuff. That shit, you guys aren't doing that anymore. That's why you put out, I love my comic book guy. I won't say his name on air, but he put out some bullshit post about how Miles Morales and Captain Marvel are good for whatever. I'm like, shut up, dude. Your books don't even fucking sell. Don't tell me this crap now. They're not. They're hollow. What they are is they're corporate attempts to corner a market and also seem progressive and benevolent. So they're trying to just put out X, Y, and Z to appease a demographic that they're trying to cater to. And guess what? That demographic already bought your shit. Because last time I checked, Dion, you're black. You love Daredevil and all these other characters. And I don't look a thing like Peter Parker. If Peter Parker was real, I'd be 7 inches taller than him. 150, 200 pounds heavier. I look nothing like Spider-Man. My favorite. You don't need to look like your favorite characters, folks. You could be a guy from either South Bend, Indiana, or the south of India, and you love the Dukes of Hazzard. You know what? It's just good entertainment. If you like it, you like it. Representation. I don't want to say representation's ruined entertainment, but this obsession with representation. Representation and diversity have become these two words that, in theory, they're great because we want everyone to come to the table and have a meal. But now we've weaponized it to a point where it's eye rolling. Some of our listeners, like a lot of our listeners, from different walks of life, and they're even fed up with this shit. We wouldn't have had this. The Fandom Menace wouldn't have grown if it was a bunch of angry white people in their basement.
That's true.
That are involved with shit. There are people that are just from every walk of life. There are gay people, straight people, black, white, and everything else in between. Marvel. Long story short, dude. Just fuck off. Make good movies and fix Spider-Man.
Exactly.
And sell some comic books.
Well, I think the comic book thing is going to be our job here soon. So Yeah.
Well, we are. I talked to Keith about the publishing arm and stuff. Been talking to Anna and a couple other people about other ways to do this because, I got this stack of books. They're like I've been signing them, boarding them, and stuff, or bagging them up. Like the quality is this is the same company that prints the DC books that I went through. So I didn't say that.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't say that in the beginning because I didn't want these dickheads on Twitter to try to whatever. But I gotta say, they are fantastic. The customer service was beyond belief. After my shit came, they were like, "Hey, how was everything?" I reached out to them to tell them how great it was. But yeah, it's the same people that publish all the DC books. We're at that level now. Take your old copies, hold on to them if you want, hold the new ones and go, holy shit. But they're, I might be making connections to get to be able to use a different company too. So not because I want to out of a quality, just out of a, it would help me to be able to go to a place, sign books and then leave instead of shipping 2,500 books here, signing them and then mailing them out, type of thing.
Yeah. I still want to make the comic book that Midnight's Edge guys were pitched on one of our shows.
Which one was that?
I think it was Marty McFly and Bill and Ted.
Yeah, they're friends with the guys that own the rights.
Because it's just that would be such a fun thing to work on, and it would be so much fun to write and to just put out into the universe and be like, this is our kind of theory on what we think with knowing the backstories of these characters, what they would do and what would happen. And it would be one of those things where it's just a fun idea. Just enjoy it. And
Zeno works on right. Create your own thing, and you can represent all you want. I didn't even try to, but our comic book is accidentally diverse. See, seriously, Kendo is the only white dude in the story. Realistically, from us, it's not like we're trying to go out there and change the world. It's like we're all just great friends. We're all best buddies, and it's just what you get. It's funny. Anytime anyone calls us either all white or racist, it's like, seriously, this is what you people are actually shooting for. We're just all friends, and we'll talk shit about you equally. We don't care about your feelings.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let's see. We have our friend Benito Martinez. What is up? He says, wasn't he the first wrestler to be in a movie or to be in movies? Who are we talking about?
Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
To be fair, The Rock's grandfather's in You Only Live Twice, the James Bond movie. And if you're wondering what scene, he's the wrestler. He's the guy that picks up James Bond in the mask, takes him back to Osada Chemicals, and James Bond fights him. And he's the one that picks up the couch and flips over it and shit, like that fight scene in Osada Chemicals, and he hits him over the head with the thing. That's the Rock's grandfather. I think he might be. No, sorry. Odd Job. Harold Sakata was a wrestler out of Hawaii.
That's right. He was.
Holy
shit. He was. Yep.
And you always want people of all these different walks of life. Bond movies have had it since the beginning too. Quarrel, yeah, maybe he died, but that was his sidekick. Quarrel Jr. comes back, and like I said on my Good Morning Fandom Menace Tonight show about Dr. Kananga, Yaphet Kotto's plan was to play the Black James Bond and make Mr. Big / Dr. Kananga the intellectual equivalent of Bond, just the black version. And guess what? He's one of the best Bond villains. His infrastructure, that scene where Bond gets off the plane and takes the whatchamacallit, the taxi up through Harlem, and they got the whole system, and they're all waiting. That's some cool shit. Like,
dude, fucking love that. And even then, he was a practical villain. He's like, oh, I'm going to give out my drugs for free and get everybody addicted, and then I'm going to charge them after everything else is, gone down. It's like, that's a practical fucking idea, and it's evil as shit.
Yeah. Much different from the film, but not a bad, or the book, excuse me, but not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, and I mean, that's still one of my favorites. I love it. It's just fucking great.
Adam Walford says, secretly Dion is making an army of LGBT 9000s to show off how much he loves Terminator Dark Fate. He will use them when the Overlord takes over.
Listen, if I'm making a bunch of LBGT 9000s, it's to go to one of those cabins Nick talks about for a week and fucking get dehydrated, if you know what I'm saying.
Do you really need an army of them though? I mean, it's a robot. It'll never.
Listen. We don't kink shame. You do what you want to do.
But we don't need details. Damn it. We just need little breadcrumbs. That's all.
Excuse me for being practical.
If that happens, Dion is opening up an OnlyFans page. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Shit. If anything, I'm gonna build an army of them to go to Julianne Moore's house.
We'll spot Maldus. All right, Cesario Japan, what's up? He says, good those stars are being I can't speak. Good those stars are taking responsibility. Now, how about opening your bank accounts and help out the looted POC small business owners? No, fuck off.
There you go.
Excellent point again. Yep. Voice of reason, keeping everybody, including all of us here, honest about a lot of stuff.
I have a lot of people, a lot of friends in Atlanta who keep posting the lists of black-owned businesses, and I constantly repost it, and I've gone to them, and I've always tried to order stuff from them and everything. It's just kind of like, that's, put your money where your mouth is, man,
Good stuff's good stuff. But yeah, I think that's an excellent point, Cesar Japan. I might talk about that in a video. Thank you very much. Maldus Oliver also says Watchmen is a relevant movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Watchmen is always a relevant story if you look at different aspects of the book or the movie. It depends on what's going on. You could say Watchmen was relevant in 2009, 2003, when the Patriot Act really came into prominence. Like, Watchmen has always been relevant. I think that's why the book sells the way it does, because it's just consistently relevant. It's not it's a product for the 80s, but it's not a relic of the 80s, like a Walkman or a Rubik's Cube or something like that, where it's like, oh, it reeks in X, Y, and Z. Rubik's Cube's not fair. Rubik's Cube's so much better than I'm giving it credit for. I still haven't beat one, but it is. Kevin Thar 1138 also says, Jeff is the hero we need. He turned off that miserable video. Thank you, Kevin Thar 1138.
Yeah.
Benito Martinez.
Miserable video.
It was. Benito Martinez, what's up? He says, the reason I just laugh at these assholes is because if they really wanted to help the world, they wouldn't be putting videos online for woke points. Yeah.
Accurate.
Oh, yeah. 100% accurate. Don Juan Fontaine says, somebody please find Ja Rule. Where's he at? Is he
He's on that Firefest island.
He couldn't get a plane home.
He's trying to call J-Lo. He's like, yo, J-Lo, what's up? Murder.
Come on, baby. We had great times. Come on, J-Lo.
When I was in Vegas a couple years ago, my aunt took us after my uncle passed away. We were back one night drinking, and we watched his reality show, and I kind of liked Ja Rule based off of his show. Like, seriously. Really? I was like, I watched all the episodes that they aired before it switched to something else. And I was like, he seems like a pretty decent dude. So I hate your music, but I like you as an individual.
You need to watch both Fire Festival documentaries. Holy shit.
Okay. Gladly.
Because like Netflix has one and Hulu has one, and they're wonderful.
Yep. Yeah, they're both good.
Yeah.
So we also have our friend Raging Rhino that says, I just watched Jesse's video. Please send my love. Raging Rhino, of course I will, buddy. Thanks for all the support you've given us and her and all the crossover listeners like Beth and Dr. Coffinails. If I forgot that you're a crossover listener, I apologize. But yeah, it's a tough time for it. It's been a rough week for it. But like I said, she was on the fence about doing certain things. I'm like, your audience loves you. They're going to support you and back you no matter what. So just do it the way that helps you the best. So Raging Rhino, I'll send your love. She's in the other room on a phone call. John Doe says they are all modern. They are a modern day aristocracy. I guess he's talking about the actors. Yeah. What do they offer? It's like, it's nothing, because a lot of actors aren't even as smart as people want to make them out to be. Yeah, exactly. Maybe Natalie Portman's book smart, and what's funny is somebody like a Jessica Alba. People want to say, oh, she's this shitty dumb actress. She owns like a big ass, like she owns $200 million, has a huge business.
Yep.
She was smart enough to do that. That's the kind of shit I respect right there.
Also, Natalie Portman at the Academy Awards wore a scarf with the female director's names on it in gold, but her own production company has never hired a female director besides her.
Well, maybe you should bring that up every week on the show, and then we should make.
I fucking am, because I think
Go ahead, tweet that to her.
That is the cringiest details. It's like, you can't protest if you don't, as Dion says, believe it 100% all the time. Like,
Yep.
you can't just be like, oh, this is a horrible thing. It's like, bitch, you have control of something. Make a difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It looks
That's
like
a lot easier to talk shit than actually do something.
Yeah. It looks like Luminous Storm is on the same, or Luminous Path is on the same agreement with me. Ja Rule's music is terrible. He's a pretty entertaining guy outside of that.
Dude, watch those.
He's got two good songs.
Watch those Fire Festival documentaries, man. I'm telling you.
I'll watch it over the weekend. Okay, I got plans for tomorrow night with a friend who has a birthday, but other than that, I'm pretty much free to do what I want besides channel work. So yes, I will watch the Fire. We'll watch it maybe back to back.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Liquor Jim might have the win for the nicest. Dear celebrities, please stop trying to create the Cut Rate BSers podcast. We already have World Class Bullshitters crew, and we don't need you.
I like that.
Thank you, sir.
Liquor Jim, you're a true friend of the channel. All the postcards, all the support for years, not just like a couple weeks ago. We're talking Liquor Jim's been here easily since 2018. So thank you, Liquor Jim. That means a lot. Private Halo 117 says, what size boots do you guys need for Star Wars Celebration? Because it varies, or booths, excuse me, varies per price. I may know someone. There's an 80% chance of my cousin told me that there'll be another lockdown. I don't know. Here's the thing with a lot of the way it's kind of worked for Celebration is we all were going to go, but with all of this stuff. So, for example, what I mean is like, Kendo may not be able to get off of work. Dion may not be able to get off work because who knows what's going on. A lot of these places like WrestleMania. I still haven't got my WrestleMania refund, Dion.
Oh shit!
You texted me that a month ago, and I was like,
because I would have given. I gotta refund you and Joel and Dan. I never got it back from the WWE.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm not worried about that. Like I said, that's my natural assumption. You know what I'm saying?
WWE's not worried about it either.
Yeah, they got my money. But I'm just like Vince can suck it. But a lot of these places aren't letting you know, folks, until 2 or 3 weeks later because they can claim insurance, natural whatever, and get their money back. Because I guess you sign a lot of deals where you can't get money back after certain dates. But that's what's been going on. Private Halo, if hypothetically, if we wanted a booth, we need we don't need the biggest one like Hasbro. We just need enough for a couple of chairs, and so we can put up our banners and shit and get Fandom Menace people there too. It would be a nice thing. But I mean, this year kind of seems like a loss, a wash, if you will. Like part of me just wants to do the channel work, get Wokebusters ready for the fall to launch the campaign and stuff, and then just flat out start 2021 fresh. And then do our Fandom Menace meetup next year because we have a lot of international listeners. Are they going to be able to travel? Are they going to be able to make the trip? Our friend Andy from the UK, not only came from the UK to hang out with us, he went to lunch and dinner with us. We went to the bar with him. He was a lot of fun. So, I mean, I want more of that.
Yeah, and also Chris Wicks as well, that came from Australia.
Oh, my God. That dude was awesome.
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, all the way from Australia to come see us and hang out with us. I mean, that was amazing. Super, super nice guy. He's a friend of my Facebook. Always liking our stuff and everything. That good dude. Yep. Every time anything goes on, he always messages me. He's like, "Hey man, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." When the protest and riot started in Atlanta, he's like, "Man, you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's all right, dude." So yeah,
he was checking in with me too.
Yeah. Good dude. Love him to death. Hope to see him when there's a Star Wars Celebration next year.
Yeah. So we also have our friend Franchise History TV. I don't think I actually heard this screen name before, but thank you very much. He says, lefties are the armpit of society. But hello, everyone. Hello, Franchise History.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. It's funny, like, that is such a... Like, people say, oh, that's so offensive. To me, that's, like, the nicest, funniest way to make fun of, that group of people. It's like, oh, they're the armpit of society. They're sweaty and stinky. Bikini 90 says, I'm black and I love the 20s through 30s Art Deco period, despite how we were still slaves back then. So, are we going to start canceling The Great Gatsby? F all this crap. Bikini 90, I didn't know you loved Art Deco. So do I. It must be an artist thing because Art Deco. I have so many Art Deco books. I used to want to do Art Deco horror posters, but I just never really mastered the style or learned Photoshop well enough back then. So I kind of just got into other things. But again, it's about moving that goalpost soon. Like, isn't the Empire? No, it's the Chrysler Building that's an Art Deco building, correct?
Yes.
You know what's going to happen, yes. McKinney 90? If we take that route, if we do go, we're going to start canceling Art Deco. You know what's going to be a byproduct of the, who's going to suffer from that? Batman the Animated Series. It's created in a dark deco, Art Deco style. We're going to say, well, everything Art Deco because it's culture, it's from this period of time is offensive. We're going to lose Batman the Animated Series. And you're thinking, well, that's kind of crazy. So is getting rid of Gone with the Wind. But thank you, McKinney 90. I appreciate that. And I didn't know, you were a fan of Art Deco. So we're friends on Instagram. Maybe we'll share some photos of Art Deco shit.
I prefer Art Garfunkel.
Go home.
I am home.
I know, me too. Darth Vader's disembodied charred phallus says day 567 on the shores of Mustafar. Looks like news on Earth in 2020. I guess things don't seem to be so bad here right now.
Oh god, we need more from his account, damn it. We need funny shit.
Swinging Cod, thank you very much for generous super chat. He says, descendants of Confederate soldiers are usually raised with the context of the flag being a symbol of resistance against a tyrannical government without the slavery component. Wrong, but it is what it is. I don't really, I understand the whole Confederate flag thing and all that stuff. I don't fly it. I don't fly any flags, actually. I don't think I own a single flag. Do you guys own even a U.S. flag? The only person I've ever known to have one is Joel. He used to keep one over.
I have a ton of U.S. flag tank top. I got a little tiny small one. That's
goddamn American right there.
That's right. When it comes to America, bro, I go tanking.
Hey, I'm America, and so can you. Remember that?
Yeah. No, I don't have a flag or anything.
Got a little tiny small one.
Kendo, you said you had flags?
I got a bunch to collect flags.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Planet Musk Vlog, thank you very much. He says, Chaz, Capitol Hill, Autonomous Zone, or Anti-Fastan. Oh, okay. Okay, it's an acronym. Thank you. I'm just like, Chaz, I don't get it. I'm thinking of Chaz Bono. I'm like, is he okay?
Might be there.
I love this from our friend Go Big Borgo. He says, Julianne, and he is Julianne Moore, is very pro gun control and very full of herself. She can kiss the fattest part of my ass.
That's okay.
Now, these are two from TLJ Screwjob. He says, when Jeff watches a black-led film, is it him watching because of his white guilt or him watching to support a diverse casting?
That's a very fair question.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Wait, I'm like, wait, how's it go, Kendo, when, was it Lex Luger was getting interviewed? I don't know. And he starts freaking out.
I don't know.
Yeah, when he was doing, what's it called? The Super Show, Kendo?
What the hell was it?
Super Show
Sunday or something like that. Yeah.
What's it called? I don't know. Couldn't rip his shirt.
Super Showcase.
Oh my God.
Lex.
Oh, he's
canceling.
Yeah.
Did he kill his current girlfriend too?
Oh.
Hashtag cancel Lex Luger. F in chat for Miss Elizabeth.
Yes, respect. First lady of wrestling. TLJ Screwjob also says Beyonce's built like that. Exhibit A, that Super Bowl picture, and that shot of her with Conan, or was she transported there because of her strength? I just, she's definitely built, in a good way. Beyonce's never. I've never been like, oh, Beyonce can't sing. She's ugly. X, Y, and Z. I really don't have anything bad to say about her besides she seems like a diva and can't act. So she's a diva, probably can't handle that criticism of her. It's like, Jeff, you can't act. No shit, I'm not an actor. Beyonce's not an actor. She's a singer. We live in this world where we think celebrities are coverall, like Mark Duplass, who wants to make this preachy video. Mark Duplass, you probably can't race a car and be a celebrity Le Mans driver, or you can't be a famous pro athlete, or you probably can't sing. You maybe play guitar. You seem like the type of dude that carries around an acoustic guitar to parties and ruins them. But to each his own.
Every time I think of a guy and acoustic at a party with acoustic guitar, I just think of Animal House. Every time.
So we also have our friend. God, sorry about the racetrack, folks. We're supposed to still, whatever, but everyone races at night. Private Halo 117, thank you very much for your generous super chat again. He says, I own an autograph, a small autograph company. I supply some comic book stores, and they have been paying my employees throughout this whole thing and gave them their raise instead of the $21 like we agreed on, $25. I just want the comic book stores to survive forever. It's an important part of society. People think, it's such a small thing. You got to understand something, folks. Yes, big picture is important, but sometimes on the smaller scale, we forget those things. Not only are most comic book stores owned by small business owners, the fabric of the country, as they say, we also are taking away this community where sometimes weird people can gravitate towards a comic book store. I hate to say it, but the local comic book store back in Cincinnati, we had some smelly people that roll in, but they wanted to play, the card games or hero clicks and stuff, and they were socially awkward. And you know what? After they showered, it was cool because there were people that lived in a certain kind of bubble that weren't outgoing, that were in a social circle or social setting that made them talk, that made them fake friends and find stuff like that. I mean, I met Joel at the comic book store. Joel's one of my best friends for life. So I'm just saying, comic book stores are so important. And everyone acts like it's a small niche thing. It doesn't matter. It matters. Anybody's business matters. Who has the right to say, well, I don't care about this small business. They should go out of business. I don't agree with that. This old locksmith dude down the street, keep him in business. Hope he's successful. I don't get that mentality. So I think it's awesome that people are getting paid in that because comic book stores don't pay a lot of money. Comic books are a passion thing, not necessarily a big business thing. And our friend Modalicious says, does the Kekistan flag count? Sure. Does it? I don't know. Isn't that the...
Why not?
Yeah, it's the joke online.
Yeah.
Now, Mokini90 says, to be fair, Michael Fassbender has been competing in motorsports recently. If you've seen his Road to Le Mans short on Porsche's YouTube channel, he's been rallying in Ireland. Oh. Well, hey, you showed that, so I take that one back. Maybe he's like... wasn't Michael Jordan great at baseball? I'm just joking.
No. No, it was boxing, bro. It was boxing. Jeez. No, Patrick Dempsey did that too. I think he was trying to qualify for Le Mans a couple years ago too.
Oh yeah. I think he had a car and everything, right?
Yeah, he was on the track. I want to say he made it to Le Mans too.
Hey, if Michael Fassbender is putting in the time and making these races because he's good enough, cool. Michael Fassbender isn't going to he can't use a celebrity on a racetrack because his ass will crash or just get passed up by, I don't know, anybody else.
Or his movie might bomb. Who knows?
I think Michael Fassbender's had a couple bombs. What was that one? The Snowman?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
I watched that in theaters, and I was like, and then I had to go wash my eyes with another movie. I was like, I need to go somewhere else and watch something good.
Let's play a game. How much did the Snowman make on a $35 million budget, and what is the Rotten Tomatoes score? Dion, please go first.
Rotten Tomatoes score for what now?
The Snowman with Michael Fassbender.
Oh shit. I'm gonna say Rotten Tomatoes score. Critics are gonna say 75. Audience score is 35.
Kendo.
I'm going to go with a critic score of 22 and audience score of 24.
Nick?
Critic score of 35, audience score of 12.
Now, we're all wrong. Critic score of 18, critic score of 7, audience score of 18.
Oh.
The Snowman featuring Michael Fassbender.
How much money did it make or lose, I should say?
All of it.
It had a $35 million budget and it made $43 million at the box office.
Jesus, dude. That movie made no fucking sense. They even had Val Kilmer in there, and somebody had to voice over his voice because he couldn't talk, and it was fucking weird.
Well, I don't know if you know that. Well, you know this, Nick, because you're the only one that's seen the movie. The main character's name is Harry Hole.
Yep, it is.
Not a joke.
No, it's not a joke because the first time I heard that name, I was like, "You're fucking with me, right?" It's like, no, it's a completely serious. The movie does not make any sense. It really doesn't. I watched it and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Well, it's just another movie that I'm gonna pass up during quarantine.
Yeah, dude. It's just don't.
So maybe I'll check out. I like like international car racing, Makini 90. So maybe I'll check that out on YouTube. I like that kind of stuff. My mom's boyfriend watches a lot of Formula One racing. So I don't do the NASCAR stuff. I like the exotic nature of some of the international racing. It's like when I was a kid, like James Bond Jr., Inspector Gadget, Lupin the Third, cartoons I really liked did that stuff. So it's just a reflection of something I liked as a kid. So, guys, I think it's time to close out this tonight's show. We started out on time. Actually, we were like 2 minutes late, but I accidentally set the stream to an hour later, so we didn't have the same turnout. But I want to thank everyone who did join us, and I hope everyone that catches on the replay chimes in the conversation in the chat. If anything, what we want to do is to be able to have a nice conversation about anything: entertainment, the way society is, the stupidity of society, just tons of stuff. So if you're listening to this at a later date, thanks for sticking out with us the entire 3 hours. It's been a fun stream. Superfan Adam Shawhan, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here, and thanks for buying 9,000 copies of Stealing Solo. And you know what? Should I show the Wokebusters thing again? Since I didn't show it.
So.
Do it.
All right, I'll show the Wokebusters trailer one more time. So for those out there, it's been kind of cool because I posted on my personal Facebook like, hey, I'm signing all these comics. It's really cool living a dream. And everybody's like, where can I get one? This, that, and the other. The audience is like, can I get one? A listener named Jeff, who has been a really cool dude. He's like, hey, I bought one of the 2 copies that popped up on eBay, but I really want to get your second one. So look it, folks. It's going to go that, and then we'll do the Wokebuster stuff. But if you didn't check it out, here you go. So there you go. So this fall 2020, we'll be making fun of all this wokeness in a comic book. So be prepared for that, guys. KDS82, thank you very much. And you guys are going to be getting that. Like I said, we'll have that. We'll launch it at the end of the year and get it out to everybody. Stealing Solo was fun. It was also a learning experience how to do this, run essentially your own business to make all these things happen. But it's essentially done. All I got to do is mail the shit out. So that's awesome. Legatus Legionus, it's not who you're gonna call, it's who you're gonna cancel. So that is the phrase. So we'll be back next week, folks, with another episode of the show. We don't have anything. You guys have anything you want to say before we go? Nothing to promote?
I got something to promote real quick.
Sure.
Let's see. Screen share. Damn it, really? There we go. Okay. This is a small theater in Knoxville. The guy who owns it is a good friend of mine, William Rafferty. He ran the Knoxville Horror Film Festival for 10 years. Looking for a little bit of money to kind of fund their theater. They've been running out of business, running out of money because of, the COVID and things like that. So if you can give what you can, that's cool. If not, I understand. They do have they're on GoFundMe. I'll be posting the link, with some of our social media and some of the WCBS social media as well. So give them whatever you can. If you can't, share the campaign, do what you can.
Yeah, I'm hoping movie theaters go back to the way they were. I know people say, "Oh, movie theaters were terrible." I used to love the theaters. I miss it.
I do too, man. I miss it a lot. But yeah, that one's an independent theater that the guy owned. He made it a theater, I think, a couple of years ago, and he was trying to make some money off it. And he's did a lot of crowdfunding stuff like that. And then this thing happened this year, and so he's been trying to make ends meet and keep it open. So I've been trying to help him and promote stuff and get the word out and things.
By the way, Fluttershy stays high 420. We used to sell that shirt. We'll bring it back. You and Child of the Flower. Or sorry, well, yeah, that's who it was. Sorry if I butchered your name. I don't want to say your real name because I know who you are in our Facebook group. But we'll relaunch. I'll have the T-shirt ready with all of this shit.
We'll make it a launch title.
Yeah, we'll make it a launch title. And as soon as we do our our merch store. As I get a couple more pieces of paperwork finalized, it'll be one of the first waves of things we have since people are asking for it. So yes, you can have your Woke Busters t-shirts before the books. Wear them out, wear them in public, and let people know that you're not afraid of any woke. So folks, from all of us here at World Class Bullshitters, thank you. And you know what? The world's crazy. Society's going to get crazier by the time we meet next. But I'm going to ask the same thing I do every week. Go out into the world and be excellent to each other.
.com